I tell you what, today's show, it's so explosive. It's going to be like you just ate a Taco Bell. Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that's happening. We got the right? You got that? Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it is. Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction. And it is explosive. We have Trump addressing the nation. We have that starting at 6 o'clock, and we will talk about it afterward. I hope he's got receipts. I'll get to that. I have the Arizona Republican Party going full wuss about the McCains turning their back and going full Hobbs. You never go full Hobbs, do you? You go full Hobbs? You go full Hobbs, you're in trouble. You're in big, big, big trouble. However, this story from the New York Post, Ruben Gallego, the guy's in some hot water now. New York Post put out a story citing 3 sources that Ruben Gallego had sex with 2 staffers, 2 House staffers. Don't know if it was when he was married or not. There's speculation about that. There's a very small window when Ruben told Kate Gallego, the mayor of Phoenix, how do you keep someone's name after they cheat on you? I mean, he met his current wife, who was a lobbyist, and Kate was 9 months pregnant with Ruben's baby, and it was 10 days before Christmas, and he's like, here's papers, and you're paying for the divorce. You're picking up the legal fees. That's a classy guy, right? So he broke up with his wife as she's like, she's like pushing, getting ready to pop out a kid. And again, how do you keep the name of the person? Except you're like, well, if I have a Hispanic last name, it's going to help me get more votes. These people are lizard people. They're all sick. Anyway, very small window from that in the end of 2017 to when he apparently got with his new wife in 2018. So anyway, this New York Post story, it's a big deal. And I wonder if the Democratic Party has had enough of Ruben Gallego, because there's all kinds of rumors. Now, is what he did against the law? I don't believe so. It wasn't his. According to the 3 sources that spoke to the New York Post, it wasn't his own staffers, but the staffers of others. But you have a guy, and apparently it was when he was in the House, not in the Senate. So, guy's still a dirtball. It says here, in the New York Post, Ruben Gallego engaged in sexual relationships with at least 2 House staffers, and his very flirtatious habits with others may come back to haunt him, the New York Post has learned. Is it more shocking that this came out, or that there were women that wanted to have sex with Ruben Gallego? Your choice. Your choice. It says here, Ruben admitted to the 2 relationships. Really? Both with aides to Texas Democrats. He admitted to the 2 relationships to one source, while a second person said they had recently learned of the romantic entanglements. A third source confirmed one of the dalliances, both of which are said to have been consensual and occurred during Gallego's decade representing Phoenix in the House. Oh, boy. One source told the New York Post about dumb Ruben Gallego. The relationships are part of a broader pattern of mistakes and missteps and judgment calls, noting the imbalanced power dynamics of an elected official dating staffers. One of the women was in her 20s and much younger than Ruben Gallego at the time. This person asked the New York Post, what else could be out there? That's interesting. Let me take you back to when Ruben had his BS crying press conference, when his best buddy Eric Swalwell was busted doing all kinds of, well, at least just cheating on his wife and accused of, I mean, let's just face it, sexual abuse. Okay. Remember when he had the big press conference? He teared up. It's just terrible. My family and his family is just terrible.
You mentioned lies and rumors when you first came out to talk to us. Have you ever engaged in any inappropriate sexual misconduct or behavior toward your staff, other women outside of your marriage?
No.
Uh-oh. But what was the exact
You mentioned lies and rumors when you first came out to talk to us. Have you ever engaged in any inappropriate sexual misconduct or behavior toward your staff, other women outside of your marriage?
No.
Oh. I mean, would it be considered inappropriate if a congressman is bopping a couple of staffers? I mean, not his own, but I don't think it's illegal, but I don't think it's, well, who knows? They're a bunch of scumbags over there in D.C., right, for the most part. There's some good ones, most scumbags. Last month, the Senate Ethics Committee dismissed a complaint against Rubin that was brought by Anna Paulina Luna, if you remember, alleging campaign finance violations and sexual misconduct. The panel, which was chaired by Rhino Senator James Lankford, it says here, didn't ask about Rubin's relationships with the staffers, likely because it was unaware. Oh. And instead focused squarely on what Anna Paulina Luna presented to them, an insider said this week. The person said, quote, ethics looked in the wrong place. Uh-huh. Right after this New York Post article was published, he spoke to this is Rubin, spoke to an NBC News reporter. When asked about this, Rubin said, quote, I'm not going to engage in gossip. When asked then if the report was accurate, he once again said, quote, I'm not going to engage in gossip. Sources said it's believed both relationships occurred while Rubin was not married. But again, that's a very, very tight window. And it's what they believe. It doesn't mean it's confirmed. Maybe we should ask him about that. One more time. Rubin, anything with any staffers?
You mentioned lies and rumors when you first came out to talk to us. Have you ever engaged in any inappropriate sexual misconduct or behavior toward your staff, other women outside of your marriage?
No.
Outside of the marriage. I mean, maybe he's being truthful. He's still a freaking creeper. I mean, that's obvious. So in this New York Post story, it says relationships between lawmakers and staffers for their colleagues are generally permitted by congressional rules, barring additional allegations such as harassment, though there's a post-Eric Swalwell push underway to ban them outright, but that obviously wasn't banned then. One of Rubin's other buddies was a Democrat congressman from California named Jimmy Gomez. Again, close. He was tight. It was the Ruben Gallego, Eric Swalwell, Jimmy Gomez circle, a little clique. And he was spotted kissing a Swalwell aide at a D.C. house party in the summer of 2023. He confessed to cheating on his wife after CNN reported this stuff, and that was that. So, I mean, so you're telling me this Jimmy Gomez guy did some stuff Swalwell did, and you don't think that Rubin did? Wow. A Democratic operative who has interacted with Ruben Gallego said she found the news of the staffer relationships, quote, not surprising. Quote, I've witnessed firsthand his very flirtatious nature after a couple of drinks. Maybe he thinks he's being charming. I don't know. Guy gives me the creeps. I've always steered clear. Yep. So that's pretty messed up. Now, again, they really think that Rubin, again, this is the Democratic Party. It was a lot of the Republican, but it's changing a bit now. But the Democrats, again, they still want lizard people. People that will be slabs of beef. People that will get up there. They're told, you're going to be able to make a good living. Just do what we tell you. And I think that's Rubin, because Rubin's not the brightest bulb, right? And he's kind of a dirtball. And they think he could somehow be one of the guys that could be a 2028 nominee for president for the Democrats, which is, it's like laughable. Well, he's a younger, really Hispanic guy, speaks well. He's a BS artist. Anyway, Democratic insider told the New York Post, quote, the idea of him going into the Oval Office one day, which is disturbing to be president, quote, he wants to, but it's getting harder. If he changes his behavior and actually locks in, he could do it. It'd be hard, but I don't see it right now. It is unfortunate. Holy smokes. So the bombshell's out about Rubin. What do you think about that? Hit me up on the free iHeartRadio app with a talk back. Let me know what you think. Tap the red mic. You have up to 30 seconds to tell me exactly what is on your mind, okay? I know you have some things to say. And the Democrats are not really Democrats; they're socialists. Rubin's one of them. You think it's bad? Not only do they want to go after ICE now, they want to go after you. I have that for you. It's coming up. Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction. So you're thinking about buying a home, but you look at the mortgage rates and you're like, I just don't know. Well, let me tell you something. This is why it's great to find out your options, because you might be more than ready and qualified to buy a home and build equity. Then you realize, talk to Lund Mortgage about this, because you're like, I'm not ready. Not ready yet. Well, why? You think you need perfect credit or 20% down? It's not true. At Lund Mortgage, and they've been in the Valley for more than 25 years. They're neighbors. They understand the housing market. Just ask Matt and Lisa at Lund Mortgage. They close loans every week for first-time home buyers, people that are self-employed, rebuilding credit, maybe people that were told no somewhere else. Matt and Lisa at Lund Mortgage, they are solutions people. 20 minutes on the phone tells you where you really stand. So if you're like, I'm not ready yet, maybe you should realize they even have programs. Look, they shop around. Banks have one product. At Lund Mortgage, they're brokers. They look at all kinds of options to get you the best mortgage for you. Call them at 623-875-9940 and go to lundmortgage.com.
The Bills Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
On the Superstition Freeway eastbound, this is near Priest. We have a crash. It looks like that right lane is blocked. We do have stop-and-go traffic backed up to Broadway. On the 101, the Pima Freeway westbound near Tatum. Watch for this crash. It's off to the right. And to your surface streets in Santan Valley, watch out for a crash. We have emergency crews on scene at a crash at Ironwood, north of Germain. I'm Carol. Have a traffic tip? Let us know. 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Michael Cordova Injury Attorneys.
Stop overpaying your injury lawyer. Don't let them take 40% of your settlement.
Michael Cordova Injury Attorneys gives you premium service with lower fees. Call us now.
The Sean Hannity Show.
We'll do the media's job. We'll point out their bias, and we'll give you information you're not going to get anywhere else.
Tomorrow at 1, 5:50 KFYI. Set a preset on the new iHeartRadio app.
Big meeting? Date night? Freshen up fast with Zellman's. Order online in seconds and save 15% at ZELMINS.com. Use code SAVE for fresh breath that lasts. Don't let bad breath ruin the moment. Stay confident and save 15% with code SAVE on Zellmans.com today.
Financial advisors that actually work for you. Listen to Cover Your Assets this Saturday morning at 10 on KFYI. Go to sunvalleywealth.com.
No. USA is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
Homeowners, what if you could get offers on your home and know it's sold before you even list it? Hey, it's James T., and I'm here with my realtor, Carol Royce, your home sold guaranteed realty. Carol, how does that work?
Yes, James, this is one of our most popular programs. We can actually generate up to 12 cash offers on your home, so you have options from day one. The best part? I back it with a guarantee. I'll sell your home for 100% of market value, or I'll pay you the difference. And if your home doesn't sell, I'll just step in and buy it, so you're not stuck waiting.
Incredible. That's real risk reversal for your clients.
Exactly. You know all of your options up front and that your home will sell for 100% of market value guaranteed.
If you're thinking about selling, take the risk out of it. Call Carol Royce today, 480-776-5231, or visit carolhasthebuyers.com and make sure you tell her James T. sent you. Carol and seller must agree on price and possession.
Take control of your food with Harvest Right. A home freeze dryer lets you preserve the meals your family already loves. Fruits, vegetables, leftovers, even full dinners, and keep them fresh for years. No waste, no preservatives, just real food whenever you need it. It's simple to use, surprisingly affordable, and a smart way to stay prepared for anything. Whether you're planning ahead or just saving money, Harvest Right makes it easy. Learn more and shop today at harvestright.com.
Before Arizona heat turns unbearable, get your AC ready with Ace Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Whether you need an AC tune-up, fast repair, or a new energy-efficient system, Ace helps keep your home cool, comfortable, and efficient all summer long. Beat the rush. Call Ace today at 602-536-4475 for free estimates and expert service. That's 602-536-4475. Or visit us online at acehomeaz.com. Acing Arizona's comfort needs since '94.
Hey, it's Garrett Lewis. If you are feeling this intense heat in your home, it's probably your windows. It's time to replace them. Now, don't get nervous. You want phenomenal windows at incredibly low prices? You got to go local. Advanced Window Products. They build their windows right here in the Valley, in Tolleson. And because Advanced Window Products manufactures its own windows right here in the Valley, there's no middleman markup. You get the best prices and you get the best turnaround times. If you've gotten quotes from other window companies, you'll be shocked at how affordable Advanced Window Products windows are. And Advanced Window Products custom builds windows for your exact home. And because they're made locally, they're designed for our desert temperature swings. So take advantage of their summer special. Get $2,500 off when you buy 10 windows or more. Call today. 480-764-2002. 480-764-2002. And go to advancedwindows.com.
Warren Peterson is the conservative candidate for Attorney General. His opponent ran for Democrat Party chair twice, has switched parties 4 times, and is under investigation for campaign finance fraud. Warren Peterson is fighting to keep the border secure, keep men out of women's sports, and secure our elections. As Senate President, Warren Peterson has protected school choice and is leading more than 110 cases liberal Chris Mays refused to defend. Vote for the only conservative for Attorney General, Warren Peterson. Paid for and authorized by Friends of Warren Peterson.
It's Aaron, and if you need to sell your car fast, there's no better place than GiveMeTheVIN.com. At GiveMeTheVIN.com, you just enter your car's VIN, some basic information, and you'll get that offer quick. They beat CarMax and Carvana offers every day, where they'll pay you $100. Before you sell, check out GiveMeTheVIN.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
From the Whitfield Nurseries Weather Center.
Showers are likely tonight with a flood watch in effect. The overnight low 77. Showers and thunderstorms possible tomorrow, high 94. And a chance of storms again tomorrow night, low 82. I'm Brad Siegel, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by Summit Clinical Research. Every breakthrough starts with someone willing to take part. Summit Clinical Research is seeking volunteers with fatty liver disease for studies focused on MASH. Participants may receive study treatment, care, and compensation at no cost. Check eligibility at NASHlivertrials.com.
A champion will be crowned.
That is a wondrous goal!
And every remaining goal.
Messi magic again!
And save.
What a save!
Can be heard for free on the iHeartRadio app, thanks to Fox Sports.
All the drama.
Argentina, they always find a way!
One champion.
Spain will play in the FIFA World Cup final.
Hear the action, no matter where you are.
Download the free iHeartRadio app
now.
iHeartRadio.
News you can count on, and some laughs, too. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Tomorrow at 10 on 550 KFYI and the free iHeartRadio app.
Garrett Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction. 550 KFYI in Phoenix, KNST AM 790 at Tucson on the free iHeartRadio app. And on the free 550 KFYI YouTube channel where you can watch and listen at the same time and chat with everybody. It's just awesome. Quick 3 things that I think you need to know. Number 1, 6 o'clock, we are going to carry President Trump's address to the nation. You could hear it here, and then as long as it doesn't go an hour, God, I hope it doesn't. Well, I'll talk about it and get your reaction as well. By the way, ABC and NBC said they will not carry it. Second thing that I think you need to know, Ruben Gallego, New York Post bombshell story that apparently 3 sources confirmed to the New York Post that Ruben Gallego had sexual relationships with 2 House staffers. Uh-oh. Third thing that I think you need to know, and man, there's just so much. But this actually just came out from Fox News. Oh, boy. Fox News. They got this story. More than 250,000 non-citizens may be registered to vote in 4 key states, according to the Department of Homeland Security. That's just 4. We are not one of them. It's California, New Jersey, Nevada, and Pennsylvania. I'll get into all that stuff. And that's why one of the reasons, look at the timing, right? Trump's going to speak. We're told we think about election integrity, and now we have this story coming out right before it. I think it's planting the seed. 3 things I think you need to know. They're a mess up in Maine, the socialists. I normally would say Democrats, but let's just face it, right? It's the socialists. The socialists, they're crazy. You thought Graham Plattner was bad, right? You know the socialists, they don't like ICE. It's the whole Democratic Party. They want, except for John Fetterman, they want ICE gone. You have crazy ones like Crazy Cramps, Yasemin Ansari, the congresswoman from Arizona. She said she wants to prosecute ICE agents and the companies that own the detention facilities that are contracted to work with ICE. I mean, this is, you want to talk about a dictator and an authoritarian, these people are all the same way. Well, Graham Plattner's out, so they're trying to get someone new. There's like 8 people going for the Graham Plattner spot. I guess they're going to debate, and then it won't be up to the people. It'll be up to the state committeemen, the Democrats out there in Maine. They are going to make the decision for the people because that's what democracy is, right? Well, one of the guys that is up for this is named Troy Jackson. And you got to believe them when they say this stuff, okay? Troy Jackson was talking to a crowd and said this.
Here we go. We're going to do something to get rid of ICE. We're going to do something to get rid of the people that support them.
So it's gone from we're going to get rid of ICE, and it's added to we're also going to get rid of the people that support them. Come again? So what, are you going to throw me in jail? Are they going to throw you in jail? This is what the Nazis did. This is what the commies do. This is what the socialists.
Here we go. We're going to do something to get rid of ICE. We're going to do something to get rid of the people that support them.
Wow. We're gonna do something.
We're going to do something to get rid of the people that support them.
We're going to do something to get rid of the people that support them. Look what they did to the January 6thers, right? That whole setup, and then they ginned that up like there was some insane crime that happened, and we saw the videos when the police opened the doors. They took the barricades down, but they basically ruined those people's lives. They held them in solitary confinement, wouldn't give them speedy trials. I mean, all this stuff. You got to take that seriously, very seriously. And I hope Americans hear that and see that. More than the majority of Americans don't agree with that. But that's just crazy stuff right there. Crazy stuff. Something else I want to get to you as well. And this is, all right, there's more fallout or reaction, I should say, of the McCain family. Cindy and her son Jimmy. Cindy and Jimmy, they said that they are not only supporting Katie Hobbs, and I brought this to you yesterday, that they are also fundraising for Katie Hobbs. And instead of calling them out, I mean, they tried to, but they kissed their butt. The Republican Party of Arizona put out a tweet. We are disappointed with the decision of some members of the late Senator John McCain's family to support Governor Katie Hobbs. The governor does not share the values we know the McCain family holds dear. How do you know that? How do you know that? What a bunch of garbage that is. They obviously do share the same values. They're supporting her and raising money for her. We urge them to rethink their support for Governor Hobbs, who has served her cronies and not the people of Arizona. Friggin' wuss. Just cut the cord. You're rhinos. You did this. You don't believe in these things. And you know what? I'm waiting for the Democrats to turn their back on Cindy McCain. Because all of a sudden the Democrats are the champions for the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. Didn't say a word about it until Donald Trump got into office. And do you remember when Cindy McCain was on stage in 2021 and said this?
It hides in plain sight. Epstein was hiding in plain sight. We all knew about him. We all knew what he was doing. But we had no one that was, legal aspect that would go after him. They were afraid of him. For whatever reason, they were afraid of him.
Including John, apparently. So the Democrats should say, we don't want you. Katie Hobbs should say that, too. They're all a bunch of fake people, man. Lizard people, slabs of beef, all that crap. Well, I have so much to get to. You'll get to talkbacks. You know, it's hard to find good people to run and to get into Congress. We have some here in Arizona. Joseph Chaplik is running for Congress, CD1. Business guy. We need the economy turned around. I'm supporting him because I know he'll vote the right way. All right, going to have Joseph on with me coming up to talk about all of this, the McCains, the economy, what can turn around, what he wants to do, Ruben Gallego, the crazy Democrats that are really socialists. It's all coming up with Joe Chaplik right here. It is your afternoon addiction. So I keep playing for you the audio and the examples of these socialists that are trying to identify as Democrats. Give me a break. It's taken over, right? And if they get their way, socialism will spread like a virus here. And it's happened around the world. But you know what? What happens when people that live in countries that are overtaken by socialism, do you know what they do? They turn to gold and silver to protect their wealth and their families. So the socialists can do this. They impose their own version of inflation because they want government to pay for everything. It destroys the value of the dollar. Talk to Republic Monetary Exchange, right? It's time that you do the same as other people that have tried to survive socialist policies. Talk to the gold authorities at Republic Monetary Exchange. It's where I've done business for years. They can help you put together a plan to make sure that you are protected no matter what policies are put in place by crazy people. Call or stop by Republic Monetary Exchange. They're in Phoenix on Camelback, just east of 40th Street, and go to rmegold.com.
The White House is predicting President Trump will shock Americans with what he'll reveal in tonight's 9 p.m. Eastern primetime address. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt also told reporters today that Trump will show Americans that elections are not as secure as voters might think. The U.S. launching its sixth day of strikes in Iran. According to U.S. Central Command, the strikes started around 2 this afternoon Eastern time and were meant to further degrade Iranian military capabilities. It comes after the White House said earlier talks are continuing between the U.S. and Iran. Heavy rain is in the forecast over the next few days here in the valley, and because of those forecasted monsoon storms, the city of Phoenix now has sand available for residents to use in sandbags. Large bins filled with sand can now be found at 9 locations across the city. The sand is free, but you have to bring your own shovels and bags. Another Peoria school board meeting is expected to take place tonight. Last Monday, police served a search warrant at the school district headquarters connected to an investigation involving 2 teachers, former teachers in that district. This edition of The Download is brought to you by Fix It Frankie. My Frankie can fix anything. FixItFrankie.com. Now, traffic.
The Bill's Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
Just a heads up if you're on the 10 eastbound near the 101 transition ramps. Looks like we have a stalled vehicle. That left lane and it looks like the HOV lane are blocked as they try to figure out where they're going to move this one. Also on the 17 northbound near Indian School. Oh boy, it looks like the 3 right lanes blocked right now. It looks like they're trying to move this one off to the side, but right now we're looking at about a 20-minute delay. I'm Carol. If you have a traffic tip, let me know. 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. At some point, body pain may creep in and become your reality that day. But Aleve is here to keep you moving. One pill gives you up to 12 hours of body pain relief. So don't let pain hold you back. Try Aleve today. Use as directed.
Gas prices.
These grocery prices.
The cost of living. Inflation.
Escape.
Wanna
get away.
Oh, wait. Your inflation vacation is booked with $1,000. Chances to win every weekday.
Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, where there are no fees until we win your case. Speaking of win, we want to help you bank $1,000, powered by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. Interact, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today, 977-1900.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The Maricopa County Home and Landscape Show takes over State Farm Stadium this weekend only. Find inspiration for remodeling, landscaping, and design. Shop for houseplants, free craft and cooking workshops, including pasta making. Bring the family for live magic shows and kids activities too. Spin and win at the Pink Prize Tent. Plus, free reusable shopping totes and giveaways all weekend long. Don't miss it. This weekend only. Inside State Farm Stadium with free parking.
I'm Daniel Keenan. I approve this message.
Mark Lamb has a lot of problems. When Trump was fighting the rigged election, Lamb testified against him. Lamb sent pornographic texts, pressured government employees for sex, and abused his power as sheriff to cover it up. And he moved from Arizona to a ranch in Tennessee. But his biggest problem is his scandals put us at risk of losing this seat to Democrats and could even give Democrats control of Congress. In the July 21st primary, Mark Lamb is a problem we can't afford.
Paid for by Daniel Keenan for Congress.
Living in the desert, SRP customers have some great questions, like, can I lower my electric bill? The answer is absolutely. A great place to start is making sure you're on a price plan that works best for you. We also have programs to help you use less energy and save money. Plus, as a not-for-profit, SRP already keeps rates as low as possible. SRP, delivering water, power, and answers since 1903. Find ways to save at srp.net.
Attention Phoenix. If you're tired of the heat, traffic, and overcrowding, listen up. Announcing the sale of Prescott Creek Ranch just outside Prescott, Arizona, Saturday, July 25th. 36-acre ranches, just $199.9. This is a high elevation acreage with breathtaking 360-degree mountain views, beautiful native vegetation, and captivating topography. This small ranch has been broken into 36-acre mini ranches just outside sought-after Prescott, Arizona, and are priced to sell quickly. Learn more, take a video tour at 800theland.com or call 800-THE-LAND. Don't miss out. 36 acres, $199.9. Beautiful land, lush native vegetation, ideal location, high elevation, cooler summers, convenient to Prescott. Price to sell in a single day, Saturday, July 25th. Call or click 800-THE-LAND. That's 800-THE-LAND, 800theland.com.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup update.
Stage is set for a heavyweight battle in the World Cup final as Spain takes on Argentina Sunday for a chance at glory.
Spain, for the second time in their history, will play in the FIFA World Cup final.
Spain has set the record for the most shutouts in a single World Cup with 6, while Argentina is trying to become the first repeat champion in over 60 years.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game. 550 KFYI. Stay informed. Stay ahead. Guaranteed human.
Garrett Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction. 550 KFYI in Phoenix, KNST AM 790 in Tucson on the free iHeartRadio app. Thank you for listening there. And maybe you're watching on the 550 KFYI YouTube channel, trying to reach you every single way possible. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget President Trump addressing the nation, 6 o'clock. You can hear it live here. 2 networks have already said no to that. They don't want it. Not a surprise. Joseph Chaplik was a state representative. Now he's running for Congress in CD1 in the Scottsdale area. And he joins me now, and I back Joe fully because I know I can count on his vote. And I wanted to talk to him today because I'm like, Joe, are you sure you really want to do this? Have you seen these psychopaths that are now in Congress? Have you seen these people that are running? They're all socialists now.
Well, Garrett, I served 6 years with them, so yeah, I know exactly how crazy is.
You know what? That's a good point. I don't think people realize. Because I started watching when the COVID crap happened and they were taking away our rights. I started watching on the Arizona legislature website the hearings and all that stuff, and I'm like, these Democrats in Arizona are just as, if not more, insane than the ones in California, and you saw that every day.
Oh, they make California look like the Democrats are Republican the way they're so crazy here in Arizona. I've said that for 6 years when I got down there. They're more radical than probably any other state, and they're hungry to get power. So that's making them more radical. So if they ever get power in this state, I think it's going to be worse than Virginia, worse than California. We're going to blink an eye and go, what the heck happened to Arizona if the Democrats ever get full control of our legislative branch and the executive branch?
Man, oh man, oh man. Well, I mean, do you think it's fair to finally say that they're socialists? I mean, there was a vote yesterday to defund, to not give any more funding to Israel, $3 billion, right? Our only ally or the only democracy, right, that there is in the Middle East. And it was $3 billion, and there enough Republicans voted against it, but 103 Democrats voted to end funding. Only 94 said, no, let's continue to do it. I mean, do you think that we can finally call them the Socialist Party?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the evolution of them. I mean, honestly, years ago they were normal, and then they turned into getting like activists to run for, elected positions, and now they've gone to the socialism, but they're also communism. I mean, I think they've gone further than what you think, Garrett. I think they're on the communist side.
I really do too. So what are you going to do in the House? I mean, they are growing. They are growing, and I'm hoping that Americans wake up. I mean, you want to get to Congress. You're a business guy. You own businesses. I think the economy is okay, but people are psychologically messed up. But, what do you want to see? What can you do to try to help turn this around and unleash some more prosperity?
Well, look, you just mentioned how the Democrat Party is, socialist, communist, like crazy. If we don't get better people elected on the Republican side, then we're going to continue to lose at that national level. We have to have fighters to go there for the Republican Party that have a spine, that aren't going there to get along, to go along, because I've seen that in our state as well. We have to have people that are going to push back. They're going to stand for the people. And that's what I've done here in Arizona for 6 years, and I'm going to continue doing that in D.C., representing the people like I've done here, because that's what the elected positions are supposed to be. Full representation, present in the district you live in, nearer and closer to the voters, so you're more accountable and responsive to their needs, and you know what they're doing. And that's exactly what I've done at the state. It's exactly what I'm going to do in Congress. And then we're going to hopefully hold the line and push some of these commies back, because they're definitely driving an agenda that's scary for this country.
Yeah, this is Joseph Chaplik. He's running for Congress, CD1. He's on the afternoon addiction. And I fully support Joe because I know he's going to vote the right way, because I followed him all the years in the state legislature and he did the right way. I want you to hear this. This is so in Maine, they're a mess. One of the 8 people apparently that wants to take Graham Plattner's spot is a guy named Troy Jackson. I don't know if you heard this or not, Joe, but I'm going to play this, okay? He's another commie that is in the Democrat Party that he wants to get rid of ICE, but he wants to do more than just get rid of ICE. Listen to this.
Here we go. We're going to do something to get rid of ICE. We're going to do something to get rid of the people that support them.
So now, I don't know if you heard, not only get rid of ICE, we're going to do something to get rid of the people that support them. So now they're targeting American citizens that support our law enforcement that are enforcing immigration law.
It's getting crazier by the week. It really is, and you look at where our country is. We're on a thin line right now, keeping the majority in the U.S. House of Representatives and hanging on to the Senate and keeping President Trump's agenda moving for 2 more years. And then hopefully we control the executive branch again for another 4 years, because it's going to take that long to improve our country from what Joe Biden's presidency did to our country. I mean, we have so much work to do, but you're right. These people are getting nuts where they want to go after not just the elected, the people that supported the elected. And that's where we get divisive. That's where the divide is between Republicans and Democrats. The Democrats are out there. They want to destroy, and the Republicans are trying to rebuild and maintain a freedom and liberty for every voter and every resident of this country. And that's what we're standing for, you know?
And considering we're on the border, man, I mean, your take on this, too. Trump administration just came out and named a couple more cartels as terrorist organizations, a couple more Mexican cartels. And I think one of them was the one that Ruben Gallego's dad was a part of.
I don't know how many Democrats are part of the cartel, but it seems like every week we find out that there's someone else part of the cartel that's elected. I mean, Ruben Gallego's a U.S. senator. How does he have any ties through his family or anything with cartels? That's shocking to me that, you know, this guy's an elected official.
Oh, it's insane. And speaking of that, by the way, if you win this primary, Joe, and I hope you do, right? You win this primary, one of the Democrats you'll possibly square off against is a guy that you've served with, a state representative named Amish Shah. And the Democrats have a big part. They have a big civil war going on, right? You have Amish Shah and you have some other lady who's a supposed Democrat. Well, the crazy radicals are backing, the commies are backing Amish Shah. But Amish Shah, tell me, I was told this, that he actually, I think it was last year, maybe the year before, Rio Verde water bill. You were there. He was one Democrat that voted with the Republicans to give water to that community. And for having the audacity to vote for a water bill, the Democrats, I was told, chased him out of the building and said, don't come back for 3 days. Get out of the Capitol, don't come back for 3 days. And yet that's the commie that the commies want. It's bizarre.
It really is. And, you know, even when he voted with a Republican Party, you know, that wasn't just a free willy, I'm helping you guys. There was something in return to him that he sold out for to get something else. And it was more detrimental than having one extra vote on the Republican side from him. So, you know, look, I know a lot of the secrets that went on down at the Capitol. The Democrats do not want to see me in the general. They've already started attacking me. They do not want to see me in the general because they know they're going to have a tougher road to beat me. That's the reality. I mean, I ran 45 election integrity bills as a co-sponsor, including voter ID that will be on our ballots here in November. You know, we've made progress. I have a voting record at the Capitol that's one of the strongest down there. As a conservative and what we've done to improve this state, you know, as well as, you know, the public safety bills we ran and funding the border back in 2021 and 2022. I mean, we've done so much good work. You know, my record stands flawlessly. I know I get attacked by my own opponent in this party with a lot of lies, Garrett, because he has nothing to run on. So he has to try to lie about me, which is just pathetic as well, that, you know, you're in the Republican Party trying to trash the top legislator with lies to win a race. But, you know, that's the dirtiness of this business. But we're going to get through this primary and we're going to win the general. And I'm going to represent Arizona well. And I'm going to make everyone proud that voted for me, that, you know, as a United States congressman, I'm going to represent this state extremely strong in what we need to fight for a border state here, because we have a lot of problems, including water. Yeah. And I'm going to make that stand and help this state.
Hey, Joe, really quick, what's the website? People can find out more.
It's my name, josephchaplik.com. It's been there since I've been elected 6 years ago, josephchaplik.com. I need all the votes you can get out and vote for me before the 21st. Tuesday's the day, so let's make sure it happens. And, you know, again, I play from behind, so I want to act like, you know, I need everybody out there. So let's continue to get out and vote Joseph Chaplik for Congress.
Joe, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Best of luck, bud. I have so much more to get to coming up. A little preview. What is President Trump going to say tonight? It's starting to leak out a little bit. I get it for you coming up. Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction. Bear Arms Firearms. Not only do they have the largest in-store selection of firearms in the Valley, over 2,500 new and used firearms. You want a CCW? You go to Bear Arms Firearms. They have classes, and if you mention me, sign up for a class. You want to be able to protect yourself. There's some crazy people. I just played the soundbite of the socialist guy running as a Democrat. We're going to go after the people that are supporting ICE. I mean, I don't want anything bad to happen, but you have to protect yourself. When you call Bear Arms Firearms in Scottsdale and sign up for a CCW class, mention KFYI or Garrett Lewis, and you'll get it for half off. Plus, you're going to get savings that day on firearms and items. If you take the CCW at Bear Arms Firearms. Now, if you want to sell your firearms, Bear Arms Firearms would love to buy it from you. And like a lot of other ones in the Valley, they'll pay you. Other Valley gun shops, they put it on consignment and you wait. You want to get paid? Sell your firearms to Bear Arms Firearms and any military items you may have brought back as well. Go to beararmsaz.com.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
Well, it's about that time of day. We're seeing the 10 westbound start to fill in from the Stack to 83rd Avenue. Also on the 17 northbound, heavy from the Durango curve to Camelback. And watch for a crash at Indian School. It's off to the right. On the 101 northbound, filling in from Scottsdale Road to about the I-17. And on the 101 southbound, from Indian Bend to McKellips. I'm Carol. Have a traffic tip? Let us know. 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Pro-Life Across America.
Hi, I'm Angie. Did you know a billboard can save a baby's life? It's true. You can make a difference by helping us spread the pro-life message to reach those who are struggling with an unplanned pregnancy. Please make a gift today. Visit prolifeacrossamerica.org.
Freedom. We're Americans. We love freedom.
Land of the free.
Freedom does work.
Home of the brave.
God bless America.
This is the voice of freedom. 550 KFYI on the free iHeartRadio app.
If you haven't switched to Pure Talk because you're not sure their coverage is every bit as reliable as Big Wireless, why not take them for a test drive? For a limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited data plan. No contracts, no commitments. Just a great deal on a high-speed network with unlimited data from an American wireless company. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports brought you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Extraordinary!
Including the final. Hear it live and for free.
First career World Cup hat trick!
Just download the free iHeartRadio app now.
Got pest? Call Blue Sky Pest Control. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, pest.
Your neighbor didn't get lucky. There's a reason why they got 6.3% more for their home, and the reason is 72 Sold. 72 Sold, 72-hour home selling program is fast, it's easy, it's convenient, and it delivers higher prices too. It's not the market, it's the method. Want to see what 6.3% more looks like on your home? Go to 72sold.com.
You know, it's not the most favorite thing I've ever done is paint a home.
Phoenix, you don't want to spend your summer painting, so do what your neighbor Don did. He called Rhino Shield.
It's a single story that was built back in 1998. I've had the home painted about every 4 years.
Rhino Shield's better than paint and formulated for our specific climate here in Phoenix and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty.
Initially, the warranty was probably the most important item I looked at. There's a tremendous value.
So stop painting your home year after year and get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield right now for 10% off the regular price.
I cannot say this about the previous 4 companies that I had paint the home, how beautiful the home looks. It has never looked so good, and shame on me for not going to Rhino Shield sooner.
Here's owner Jim Williams.
This offer is limited, so call me at 855-4U-RHINO. That's 855-4, the letter U, Rhino.
Go Rhino!
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Let me tell you something. When you sign your insurance policy for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. Your business runs all year, and so do the gaps and the risk. That's why I'm introducing SuperSure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just buy a policy online. SuperSure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance insurance, and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At Supersure.com, you can access tools like Fine Print Facts, which translates your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus, a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to Supersure.com, one super agency, one powerful platform. All your policies in one place. Go to Supersure.com. That's Supersure.com.
Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Compare the candidates for Attorney General. Lieutenant Colonel Rodney Glassman, Air Force prosecutor, JAG officer. Rodney Glassman spent decades prosecuting criminals.
Or career politician Warren Peterson. Warren Peterson has never prosecuted a single case. No courtroom experience. Only recently licensed to practice law. Warren Peterson would be learning how to prosecute on the job.
Rodney Glassman is a Trump conservative running for Attorney General to stop Katie Hobbs and Chris May's political lawfare against President Trump on day one.
Warren Peterson worked with Katie Hobbs to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on Democrat priorities, supported higher taxes, and voted to fund Chris May's lawsuits against President Trump.
Lieutenant Colonel Rodney Glassman. Experienced, tough, conservative. The Attorney General Arizona needs.
Paid for by Glassman for Attorney General. Authorized by Rodney Glassman.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Bet365.
LeBron James said today that his free agent decision will come soon, adding he needs to weigh both the basketball and personal circumstances around whichever team he chooses. The NBA looking into possible salary cap circumvention regarding Gary Trent Jr. and the $64 million extension he got from the Bucks. Jackson Suber has a one-shot lead after round one of the Open Championship at Royal Birkdale. I'm Frank Garrity.
With Bet365, early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
This summer on iHeartRadio. Win a trip to see Bryan Adams roll with the Punches Tour live in Milwaukee, August 16th.
Hey, this is Bryan Adams inviting you to come and see me live in concert.
Round trip air for two with hotel and more. Prize provided by Bryan Adams.
It's VIP with Q&A, an autographed album, merch, and all that good stuff.
Tap the contest tab while you're listening to us on the free iHeartRadio app for your chance to win.
So roll with the punches on the iHeartRadio app to enter.
It's the stuff people are talking about.
And I'm fed up with what's going on in Washington. It's never going to change.
Listen to 550 KFYI anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Ah, yes. Kara Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction. We have President Trump's speech coming up at 6. It's going to fly right by, man. We're going to carry it live. ABC and NBC have already said, we're not doing it. We're not carrying it. They must be scared. Think about this, okay? Because let me just, before I actually tell you, I want you to hear, because Caroline Leavitt had her first press briefing. She was pregnant, gave birth, and she's back to work. And the media was like, why doesn't he let 2020 go? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And here's just one of the things she said, because they're trying to basically already say that he's going to be an election denier again and blah, blah, blah. And she said this.
All Americans, Democrat, Republican, should agree that we are the greatest country in the history of the world. We should have the safest and most secure elections in the history of the world. And what the president will be speaking about tonight will show you that perhaps that is not the case. And we need to make some adjustments moving forward.
So I was thinking like this, okay? If NBC and ABC, and I'm sure CBS will follow and say, nah. And by the way, network television, I don't watch anything. Do you watch anything on network television? They don't even want good stuff on there because they want you to pay for their subscription service. Network TV is terrible. If they maybe they don't want good ratings. They want you to just pay for the subscription stuff. But if they want good ratings, I would think that President Trump addressing the nation, and it's probably only going to be a few minutes, is a hell of a lot better than the crap they have going on right now, right? How many more stupid talent singing shows need to be out there? So I was thinking, if they really thought President Trump had nothing, like he was going to get up there and just say, the elections were stolen and not have any evidence, not name any names, not bring any receipts, it would be horrific for President Trump. Okay? Why wouldn't they want to show that to embarrass the hell out of President Trump? To me, the fact that NBC and CBS said, you know what, we're not going to show this, it shows to me that they're a bit scared of this. They don't want people to see it. Because if it was going to be a big, giant nothing burger, why not show that and then do everything you can to embarrass the president, which they try to do every single day, right? So we'll find out. We'll do more on this in the next hour as well. Now, you want to get your mind blown? So there's finally been an agreement and a settlement and everything between Maricopa County Recorder Justin Heap and the corrupt Board of Supervisors. Wait till you hear how much money it's going to cost you as a taxpayer, because they just settled. And are we going to finally have the fair elections? And wait till your mind will be blown when you find out why the Maricopa County Supervisors decided to spend so much of your money. Guess what it's on? Justin Heap joins me next in studio. It is your afternoon addiction.
I've said for years that we offer the best prices for all gold and silver coins and bullion. But when selling, we also pay the most, even if you didn't buy from us. Buying or selling? Call Republic Monetary Exchange on Camelback just east of 40th Street. 602-682-GOLD or rmegold.com.
I'm Daniel Keenan. I approve this message.
Mark Lamb has a lot of problems. When Trump was fighting the rigged election, Lamb testified against him. Lamb sent pornographic texts, pressured government employees for sex, and abused his power as sheriff to cover it up. And he moved from Arizona to a ranch in Tennessee. But his biggest problem is his scandals put us at risk of losing this seat to Democrats and could even give Democrats control of Congress. In the July 21st primary, Mark Lamb is a problem we can't afford.
Paid for by Daniel Keenan for Congress.
We had downsized. In that downsizing, my husband lost his man cave.
Everyone is talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like your neighbor Deb.
My husband and I were at the home show and saw all these vendors with garage floor coatings. The one that stayed with us was Galaxy.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings is 4 times stronger than epoxy.
I'm the only one home, and so it's nice when well-dressed, clean-cut, respectful crew show up. That's what Galaxy stands.
Commercial or residential, Galaxy transforms pools, patios, garage floors, and driveways in as little as 1 day. And it comes with a lifetime warranty.
Warranties are real important for us, and to know that should there be an issue, Galaxy was standing behind it. That's pretty much what tipped us over to go with Galaxy.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook.
We are so proud to open our garage door.
We're out of this world.
It's Garrett Lewis. Stop renting. Build equity. Lund Mortgage closes loans every week for first-time buyers, self-employed people, people rebuilding credit, and people told no by someone else. Go to lundmortgage.com. Lund Mortgage, NMLS number 162710, equal housing lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval.
From the Republic Monetary Exchange Studio, this is KFYI Phoenix, KYOT HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Expecting an earful from parents. From the 550 KFYI Newsroom, I'm Brad Siegel. Another Peoria School Board meeting is expected to take place tonight. Last Monday, police served a search warrant at the Peoria School District headquarters. The warrant connected to an investigation into former Centennial High School teachers Haley Beck and Angela Berlacca. They're accused of having a sexual relationship with the same male student. Public comment was shut down at the board meeting last week, leaving parents frustrated. The Maricopa County Board of Supervisors is banning employees under their authority from using insider information on prediction markets. The board made the unanimous vote yesterday. Supervisor Thomas Galvin tells Fox 10 that it's a proactive move to prevent potential conflicts.
Can you imagine if someone knows the outcome of a trial before the verdict is released and they're able to make a prediction market bet on that? Even things like weather activations or emergency response, all those different things now are affected.
Last week, Governor Katie Hobbs signed an executive order imposing a similar ban on state workers. Heavy rain is in the forecast over the next few days in the valley, and because of those forecasted monsoon storms, the city of Phoenix now has sand available for residents to use in sandbags. Large bins filled with sand can now be found at 9 locations across the city. City officials say sandbags can be helpful in diverting floodwater away from your home. No charge for the sand, but you must bring your own shovels and bags. Taking a look at your money at the closing bell, the Dow down 105 points, now 550 KFYI traffic.
From the Bills Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
We had an earlier crash on the 17 northbound near Indian School. It was blocking the middle lanes. Right now, it's off to the right. We still have a tapping of the brake lights in the area, about a 5-minute delay. On the 17 southbound near Deer Valley, watch for a crash. It's been moved off to the right. And on the 51 southbound right near McDowell, this accident off to the right. I'm Carol. If you have a traffic tip, give us a call, 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of the rivalry and unlikely friendship between Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Showers are likely tonight with a flood watch in effect. The overnight low 77. Showers and thunderstorms possible tomorrow, high 94. And a chance of storms again tomorrow night, low 82. I'm Brad Siegel, 550 KFYI.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword NEW at KFYI.com. That's new at KFYI.com.
Oh, let's get it started. Explosive show. It's like Taco Bell for your ears. Garrett Lewis with you. I know. Nobody can take me seriously. It is your afternoon addiction. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm happy I have Maricopa County recorder Justin Heap in the studio with me because this whole stupid saga where you had a bunch of the Maricopa County supervisors wanting to do his job and oversee early elections, mail-in ballots, all that stuff, which is not their job. And they took your budget and your staff and your IT department and everything. You're like, can I just do my job again? And they took you to court and everything else, and the Arizona Supreme Court sided against them.
That's correct.
Unanimously, right?
Unanimous decision.
So now we're okay. But then I read, and we're going to get into everything about, because now you're in charge. If the elections we can actually, be okay with it, at least in Maricopa County. Pima County, you still have that nut job down there. I don't trust her for anything. So I got to vote for Alex Collin to be Secretary of State to use the SAVE Act and the database for everything. But, okay. I read and I had a lot of talkbacks yesterday. People just want to know. $15 million. The Maricopa County supervisors are paying your office $15 million. Why is that?
So the court, as you stated, look, before I took office, the outgoing recorder and board entered into this agreement that stripped my office of my IT, my budget, my staff, all my systems, servers, computers.
It's never
everything
happened
went
before.
to the control of the board. And that's what I came into office with. So that's what necessitated this lawsuit. We've been for a year and a half trying to fight to get this back. And so, as you said, 2 weeks ago, the Supreme Court in a unanimous decision came down. They sided entirely with me. They said, we are in agreement with the recorder. He is going to prevail in this issue. And they rejected the board's primary argument. So, look, we then had an option. Once now that had settled, look, the board at that point, they threw in the towel. It was clear, okay, we could litigate this thing out further. The board is going to lose. I could drag them to court and find them in contempt and get court orders, but they were ready to negotiate. So we had court-ordered mediation. We sat down. What that mediation really was just negotiating how we were going to comply with the court orders, how and these things were going to be returned. The $15 million, though, the court had given the board two options. They said you can either return the systems and servers that you took to the recorder's office, or you must immediately fund him to purchase all new computer systems and to be able to run his office. And the board took that second option, so they're going to be providing funds to my office that will allow us to buy all new systems and servers.
Okay, I have questions about this. This is crazy. So what exactly did they take from your office so you couldn't do your job? You said servers and systems. They literally took out hard drives, computers, all that stuff?
Yeah, all the servers and computer systems that house the voter registration database, the software.
They literally took it out of your office.
Yeah, I mean, it was just transferred from my control over to the control of the board.
So they still have it
with all the staff. They still have it.
They still have it. And you're telling me the court said you can simply give it back, or you buy brand new stuff for the recorder. And instead of saying, all right, we'll just have the same people that wheeled it out to wheel it back, they said, we'd rather spend $15 million of taxpayer money to buy you new stuff, and they're going to just keep the old stuff?
That is what they decided to do. And, obviously I don't know what is on those servers or why they want not to return them, but either way, the court gave them this option to buy, and so I can't force it.
No, I'm with you. And this is Maricopa County Recorder Justin Heap. I am just sitting here as a taxpayer saying, one, you wasted my money. Did they spend $15 million to take it out of the office?
No, of course not. No, it was done with a stroke of a pen.
So then, okay, I think I'm a logical guy, right? Critical thinker. There's got to be a reason why the Maricopa County supervisors would choose to spend $15 million of our money to make sure you don't see or access anything that's on the servers that they illegally took. They basically stole them from your office.
As you know, we've talked about this before. I don't engage in speculation on what's on there, but unfortunately I won't know what. I mean, I'm thrilled that we'll have finally our own independent IT with the board having nothing there. But as it stands, that equipment will stay with the board and with their IT department. From my perspective,
I encourage all my listeners to show up at all the Maricopa County supervisors meetings. Email them, call them, and ask them what the heck they were thinking, what the heck they were doing.
Well,
this is crazy.
Right. I mean, look, I think ultimately, this was a mediated. I mean, it is a settlement, but look, I got 110% of what I asked for going into this,
which is huge.
So, I mean, we entered into this settlement so to actually get things returned and moved before, so I can actually be able to do my job before this general election.
Oh, no, I get it. It's not your fault, Justin.
But look, it is a waste of the money. Look, the court ultimately...
I wish the judge didn't give them the option.
Ultimately, look, the voters elected me specifically to do a job.
Yeah.
They were upset about elections. I told them we were going to reform this. We were going to make it, make things better. And the irony is that, look, the last recorder and the last board spent 4 years basically saying, look, our election systems are great and the voters are wrong. They can't accept the results of elections. But then when I won, the person that they didn't like, what did they do? Well, they didn't accept. They said the voters are wrong, and they immediately stripped my office power to prevent me from doing it. That is the ultimate unwillingness to accept the results of the elections. And so it's been a very long road and a fight to get all of this back. But, fortunately, we've prevailed, and things will be returned, and I will be able to functionally take control over early voting for this general election that is upcoming. So this is a huge victory.
Can you hang around for one more second, because I want to find out if we can actually have confidence in elections now.
Mm-hmm.
I want that answered, and I want to know also, because this was all started by, like you said, the board and the balding rhino, Stephen Richer. Like, take all the power away from me so Justin can't have it. I want to find out from you coming up what exactly, after this entire fight and millions of dollars of taxpayer money spent on lawyers and legal fees, what they got out of this. I want to find out that as well from you. Stick with me. Justin Heap, the Maricopa County Recorder, is in the studio. And we have Trump's speech coming up at 6. 2 networks have said, no, we're not going to take it, but you're going to hear it right here with me. It is your afternoon addiction. So, you need windows, advanced window products, man. Joe, who was in the studio with me yesterday, he was going out on appointments. I got a message from a listener, and he's like, oh my gosh, this was one of the best experiences I ever had. Advanced Window Products went to his home, didn't waste his time. 30 minutes, measurements, estimates, incredible price. You need windows? They are made locally right here in the Valley. Advanced Window Products. They're made locally. They're going to work better than other windows. They know it gets hot here, right? Big window companies, they know they put the same windows everywhere. Advanced Window Products made in Tolleson. They have an extra layer of protection on the glass, and it protects the window up to 115 degrees. You're not going to feel the heat coming through. And Advanced Window Products, lifetime warranty on the glass, the window, you name it, lifetime labor. This is a great local company. The glass is made in Buckeye. The window is made in Tolleson. They have their own installers. Take advantage of the great savings. Summer special. Get $2,500 off when you buy 10 windows or more with Advanced Window Products. Call them today, 480-764-2002. 480-764-2002 and go to advancedwindows.com.
The Bills Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
On the I-10 inner loop eastbound near 16th Street, we have a crash. They've now moved this one off to the right, but we are seeing a tapping of the brake lights backed up to about 19th Avenue. And the 17 northbound, an earlier crash near Indian School, still off to the right. And on the 17 southbound near Deer Valley, watch for a crash off to the right. We have on the 51 southbound a crash near McDowell. On the northbound side, one near Thomas. I'm Carol, taking a look at Valley traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
The great American people. People are so nice here.
I want to move there.
Celebrating American greatness.
Best thing to ever happen to me.
Every day.
You have no idea what you've got and how lucky you are.
550 KFYI on the iHeartRadio app.
Your roof protects everything underneath it, your family, your belongings, your home. So why trust it to a fly-by-night roofer who shows up after a storm? Trust Kaiko Roofing, the Valley's most trusted roofer for more than 32 years. Arizona is expecting a wetter than normal monsoon season, so now is the time to schedule your free roof checkup. Residential or commercial, repairs, recoating, or complete re-roofing, Kaiko has you covered. Kaiko Roofing, crazy about quality. Visit KaikoRoofing.com.
Well, Lorenzo, the pitch looked good.
Yeah, so green.
USA keeper was decent enough.
Didn't have much to do.
99 minutes.
Not a single goal. Well, Bet365 sure came through, though. I bet $10 and got $150 in bonus bets just for signing up.
At least someone scored.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
Hear what Asset Preservation Tax and Retirement is saying about how the current market volatility could disrupt nest eggs and quality of life. The Asset Preservation Tax and Retirement Show. Sundays 10 to 11 a.m. on 550 KFYI.
Warren Peterson is the conservative candidate for Attorney General. His opponent ran for Democrat Party chair twice, has switched parties 4 times, and is under investigation for campaign finance fraud. Warren Peterson is fighting to keep the border secure, keep men out of women's sports, and secure our elections. As Senate President, Warren Peterson has protected school choice and is leading more than 110 cases liberal Chris Mays refused to defend. Vote for the only conservative for Attorney General, Warren Peterson. Paid for and authorized by Friends of Warren Peterson.
The biggest myth in real estate is that you need 20% down. You probably don't. Call Lund Mortgage and find out what loan programs you actually qualify for. Get pre-qualified, then go look at houses. 623-875-9940. If you are hurt in an accident and results matter, call Sweet James. 809 million, awarded Best Attorneys of America. Let me tell you something. When you sign your insurance policy for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. Your business runs all year, and so do the gaps and the risk. That's why I'm introducing SuperSure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just buy a policy online. SuperSure SuperSure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business, insurance, and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At SuperSure.com, you can access tools like Fine Print Facts, which translates your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not, plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to SuperSure.com, one super agency, one powerful platform. All your policies in one place. Go to SuperSure.com. That's SuperSure.com.
Paid for by SuperSure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
I walk out in our garage and I'm going, I love this floor. I just love it.
That's your neighbor Kay, and she's talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation.
Our neighbors in our former home had heard of Galaxy and had their garage floor done. We went over and absolutely fell in love with it and said, that's what we want to do.
And Galaxy Concrete Coatings is not epoxy. It's 4 times stronger.
The crew, well, the guys were polite. They were so efficient. They would explain what they were doing and why they were doing it. It was really a very easy process.
Commercial or residential, Galaxy transforms pools, patios, garage floors, and driveways in as little as 1 day. And it comes with a lifetime warranty.
My personal recommendation that they'll never regret it if they go with Galaxy, and their product is beyond belief in my opinion.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook.
We'll never have another house that doesn't have a Galaxy garage floor.
We're out of this world.
From the Whitfield Nurseries Weather Center.
Showers are likely tonight with a flood watch in effect. The overnight low 77. Showers and thunderstorms possible tomorrow, high 94. And a chance of storms again tomorrow night, low 82. I'm Brad Siegel, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Your logistics business moves fast. Is your team keeping up? Express Employment Professionals connects you with qualified talent fast. Express helps you hire smarter and stay productive. Visit ExpressPros.com for an office. Express Employment Professionals, respecting people, impacting business.
As America marks its 250th anniversary, we're looking back at 2.5 centuries of rebellion and liberty through the eyes of the heroes who defended it.
The whole thing about this country is freedom. If we're not careful, we could lose that.
On Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage, we bring you the defining moments of valor that went above and beyond the call of duty. Listen to Medal of Honor on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Medal of Honor and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Filtering the truth from the liberal media agenda. Sean Hannity, tomorrow at 1. Tell your smart speaker to play 550 KFYI.
Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction on 550 KFYI in Phoenix and KNST AM 790 in Tucson. On the free iHeartRadio app and on the 550 KFYI YouTube channel, I have the Maricopa County Recorder, Justin Heap, in here with me. And, all right, let me just ask you, again, I look at this. This was so dumb. It was such a waste of money. Besides the $15 million that is being wasted by the Maricopa County supervisor. So, because you have to buy new equipment instead of them giving you the old servers back. What are you trying to hide? They spent millions on legal fees, right? Lawyers trying to stop you from doing your job?
Oh, yeah. This has gone on now for a year and a half. Now, I want to say with the legal fees, though, I'm very grateful. So James Rogers from America First Legal, when the county attorney wouldn't appoint us an attorney who would sue the board, they came forward and said, we'll take your case pro bono.
Which is awesome.
And so I haven't cost the taxpayers any money. I think the board has probably spent over $1 million.
Exactly.
At least in just legal fees. And then, of course, all the time and effort wasted throughout this thing.
And making people
better things.
Feel even less trustworthy of our elections.
Right.
So the reason I ask you that is that they did all that. And they just basically wanted to stop you from doing your job by them taking over it. Did they, with this whole settlement, the whole ruling for the Supreme Court unanimously against them, did they get anything out of this?
Look, I think what they get out of this is just that they, at least for now, they get out from under this fight. Look,
but they didn't get anything they originally wanted. It was a complete loss.
Well, look, I guess they will. So I'll be hiring new IT staff. So I guess they keep some of the IT staff that used to work for my office will now continue to work for the board.
That's it,
there was some fight over something called a GIS, which is a a program to make heap maps for voters and for voting locations. They'll keep that, and I'll have my others, but very small things that the voters don't really care about.
Okay.
All the big things about returning authority and all those things have now been resolved.
So yeah, they lost all that. All their main things they lost.
Yeah, there's no way to come out of this and think, oh, hey, this worked out well.
Spend millions and lost everything. They're like the Democrats that shut down the government. They got nothing, and it just cost us a lot of money and a lot of pain. They're the same way, the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors. What a waste. Or should we feel confident in our elections now? At least in the early, what you do?
I think so. Look, I'm certainly very confident in our team. So, look, we could have, as I said, we could have kept going litigation. I could have dragged them back into the Superior Court and found them in contempt and gotten orders, and that would have been very satisfying, probably. But it would have dragged this on well past this election, and we would have spent more than the first half of my term just fighting about this. So, reaching this agreement actually will return staff and equipment. So going forward, I will be running the early in-person voting locations myself.
Okay.
We'll do site selection. We will do setup. We'll train the poll workers. We'll manage chain of custody on all of those things. So for the 27 days of early voting, I am extremely confident in my team, and I think the voters can feel confident that we've expanded the number of locations.
It includes the mail-in ballots.
That includes the mail-in ballots. So look, between mail-in ballots and in-person early voting, that's anywhere from depending on the election, between 83 and 87% of the vote. So most of the ballots now that are cast are going to go through my office. And, I'm happy to go into all the improvements we've had on chain of custody to make it more transparent and more secure and more trustworthy. But the voters also do need to understand. So tomorrow in this primary, early voting ends, and then it goes over to the board. So it's a bifurcated system. In Arizona, the law gives election day or emergency voting and the tabulation of the vote. That is the Board of Supervisors. I can't take or
So if things go haywire on election day, it's not you. It's the Board of Supervisors and the head of elections.
That's correct. I don't have any role in the while election day is going on. I'll be doing signature verification and finishing up the mail-in.
Did you change anything with that, by the way, Justin, with signature verification? Because we've all seen the videos from 4 years ago where there were so many ballots they had to try to the signatures on their ballot. They were trying to verify them. They would just hit yes, 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 yes. People were putting in like a star, a heart, a line, yup. And the people that testified in Carrie Lake's trial that said, we were told to just say yes to everything. And then when it reached the second level of verification, there was nobody witnessing it. There were just rolls of stickers saying verified. Is it changed? Can we trust this now?
Yeah, look, I think the thing that I'm really the most proud of that we've been able to get done despite all of this fight was we completely revamped how we do signature verification. So we've improved the software. So now when someone comes, we can use the historic signatures we have. So they'll see 5 signatures on one screen unified together. But also, instead of just having a single person being the deciding vote on each of these, we've split it up. So digitally, every signature now goes to 2 bipartisan teams. So a Republican and a Democrat will view every signature. They will, if one of them doesn't agree, it goes to a second tier, and that tier is also 2 people. So
no shenanigans.
So both parties can see. But we've added 100 new workstations. But the biggest thing is not only is this so much more effective and such an improvement on making sure that people are doing the job, but also it makes it much, much faster and more reliable. So in the 2024 primary, we received 180,000 of those late early ballots, the ones that don't come in until after election day to us, are dropped in at 7 p.m. on election day. This last year, we had a countywide election. We got about the same number, 180,000 late early ballots. Under Stephen Richer in 2024, it took the recorder's office 4.5 days to finish signature verification. With my new system, we had it done by noon the following day.
So, now, do you trust the people? Because they're not experts. And again, I've seen too many people where, I think it looks the same. I'm not sure. And they just go, yes.
Sure. Well, look, as I said, I think, we do have pretty rigorous training. But look, if a signature gets rejected, it's because 4 ayes have Republicans. So 2 Republicans, 2 Democrats, or people of different parties have looked at this and said this doesn't match. And then it goes to a process called curing.
Yeah.
And in curing, then a supervisor will look at it more and see if it can be verified. And we start contacting all of these voters to make sure that it's...
Now, that's another thing. When you contact them, if somebody... Is there multiple people on that? Because that's where the shenanigans came in. They had the role of stickers where, yep, I contacted them. They said it's them. Yes, yes, yes. And nobody witnessed it.
Yeah, we do. And look, and we put in auditing and we keep track of every step on each ballot that's questioned. So we know which ones are questioned. We know who made those calls and how they were verified. So we can go back and monitor the system. And we put in some pretty rigorous auditing and also oversights. We've invited the party observers to come in and watch every stage of the process to make sure that there's no partisanship in the process.
Justin Heap, Maricopa County Recorder. Last thing, there's a story from Fox News. Just came out literally as my show was starting. More than 250,000 non-citizens may be registered to vote in 4 key states, according to the Homeland Security Department. And it's California, New Jersey, Nevada, and Pennsylvania. So it's almost 250,000 people, and they said they found 81,000 plus in California, almost 20,000 in New Jersey, 8,500 in Nevada, and 8,500 in Pennsylvania, whose names, dates of birth, addresses, and social security numbers match non-citizens in the Homeland Security Department records. So they're non-citizens, but they are registered to vote in those 4 states. That's only 4. I mean, Trump's going to give a big speech today. This is only 4 states. Does that surprise you? I mean, this is just rampant. This is why we need the Save America Act.
Obviously, I haven't seen it. I can't confirm or deny. But look, that is a big thing this, by the way, this is not an 80-20 issue. This is a 99.9% versus 1. Everybody agrees we should be checking our voter rolls to make sure only citizens are voting. Mm-hmm. Now, as it currently stands, so we did, when I came into office, we signed an agreement with the Department of Homeland Security to check all new registrants get run through
the SAVE system, right?
Through the SAVE database.
SAVE database, which is what the Save America Act is.
And that tells us that it comes back and says these are citizens or not. We did have an opportunity though however, because of our current Secretary of State and AG, they have told us that look, we cannot just run our voter rolls through the SAVE database. We can't just check across the board. We can only check new registrants that come in, or if we're needing to verify citizenship. So we did have one experience. We had this issue with the DMV glitch voters, and we had voters who, almost all of them citizens who, but because they were never asked by the DMV, their citizenship wasn't recorded. We didn't have records for them, and so that gave us an opportunity to say, well, look, can we use the system and verify that these are citizens so we can make sure that they can vote? So we ran about 61,000 names through the through that system. We've been able to verify, I think 59,000 of them are citizens, so that they'll be allowed to vote. But in that search that we've done, I think we're up to almost 400 non-citizens
that were registered to vote,
and about half of whom had voted.
Oh, great!
In some previous
and that's
election.
Only based on 61,000.
That was a sample. So I don't
extrapolate that to 5 million.
If that's the same across the board, we could have
a big problem.
We could have several thousand voters that should not be voting. Look, we would like to look further into that, but as it currently stands, we can only work with what we have. And as you may have heard, a single federal judge somewhere ruled that we can't use the SAVE database, so it's shut down. I think that will be appealed up to a higher court and overturned.
It was Judge Sparkle. Abe Hamadeh is trying to impeach her. He introduced papers, which is good. And then some other judge said, nope, you can use it. Now they're going back and forth. Nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah, well, we're in a very weird time right now where, love President Trump or hate him, we can't have this system where any federal judge anywhere in the country can just veto the president.
Exactly.
On their
own.
Insane. I think it's massive judicial overreach.
It really is. Maricopa County Recorder Justin Heap, thank you for explaining all this and shining a light. And what you said was really big, and I want to talk more about that coming up, as well as what President Trump may say and Ruben Gallego's sexcapades, according to the New York Post. It's all happening. It is your afternoon addiction. All right, you know what? You need people that work for you, not just politicians. How about your financial advisors? If you haven't talked to your financial advisor in a long time, you get the once-a-year coffee and donut. That's garbage. You need Sun Valley Wealth. Call them today at 480-CONSULT. Talk to Logan and Don at Sun Valley Wealth. They manage your retirement and your plan to get there so you can enjoy it. And they're always in contact with you. Something major happens, right? You have the Iran war, all this other stuff. You know you're going to be in contact with them because you want peace of mind. They'll let you know what's going on so you can sleep like a baby, right? Enjoy your life. Talk to Logan and Don. Get the free consultation. They have phenomenal tax strategies so you don't have to pay more to the IRS than you want. Wouldn't you like to build a wall? You like walls? They like walls at Sun Valley Wealth. Build a wall around everything you've earned to keep the IRS out. That's what they do. How about an actual retirement income plan? Wouldn't that be nice? Other financial advisors, they tell people, hey, just spend less. It's getting tough. You'll never hear that from Logan and Don at Sun Valley Wealth. I've had friends that have gone to them. They're like, we love them. We now feel like we have a secure future. Call 480-CONSULT. Get a free consultation. Tell them you heard it from me, Garrett Lewis. 480-CONSULT and go to sunvalleywwealth.com. Advisory services offered through Sun Valley Advisory, LLC, a registered investment advisor with State of Arizona. Paid advertisement.
The CDC is reportedly investigating what could be the potential source behind the multi-state outbreak of a nasty intestinal illness. The Washington Post reports health officials are investigating shredded iceberg lettuce supplied to Taco Bell by Taylor Farms as a possible source. Arizona has reported 19 cases. Smoke from wildfires in Canada and Minnesota, creating air quality concerns across large parts of the U.S. The smoke is expected to spread from the Midwest into parts of the East Coast through tomorrow. Before conditions begin improving in northern areas, wildfire smoke can be especially dangerous for young children, older adults, and people with underlying health conditions. SpaceX has scrubbed the launch of another test flight of its massive Starship rocket. Warnings were triggered just before the planned liftoff of the V3 spacecraft today from the company's Starbase Texas site. Plans call for Starship to carry Artemis 4 astronauts to the surface of the moon in a mission set for late 2028. The FBI Phoenix field office investigating a shooting incident that occurred Tuesday afternoon at the ICE administration building in central Phoenix. The FBI says one or more unidentified people discharged several rounds that struck the building. Now a check on traffic.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
We have a couple of problems on the 101, the Price Freeway. Both are on the southbound side. One is a crash near Rio Salado Parkway. It's right there at that Gore Point section. And the other one is at University, this one off to the right. And on the 51, again, a couple of problems. On the northbound side, we have a disabled vehicle at Thomas. And on the 51 southbound again at McDowell, watch for this crash off to the right. I'm Carol. Have a traffic tip? Let us know. 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
Gas prices, these grocery prices, the cost of living, inflation,
escape,
get away.
Oh, wait. Your inflation vacation is booked.
Take a little trip
with $1,000. Chances to win every weekday.
Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, where there are no fees until we win your case. Speaking of win, we want to help you bank $1,000, powered by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. Interact, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today, 977-1900.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena. Streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile, proud partner of the 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Get that. This is my song feeling. Only at Metro.
Fix it, Frankie. This is Ethel. Yes, my Frankie can fix your air conditioner. Frankie can fix anything. What? Well, how did the cat get inside the condenser coil? It was chasing the raccoon. So is the raccoon still inside with the cat? They're having babies. Oh, dear. But to answer your question, Frankie can be there at 4 o'clock. And to find the air conditioner, just follow the sound of the howling. Okay, bye now.
Fix It Frankie.
My Frankie can fix anything.
FixItFrankie.com.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers. and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code Beck. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's the Maricopa County Home and Landscape Show, July 17th through 19th at State Farm Stadium with free parking. While there, be sure to visit Window World of Phoenix.
Hey, Arizona, you know it's hot here in the summer. Now, if you turn your AC off and your home heats up faster than a microwave, call Window World for the Valley's best value in quality, energy-efficient windows, patio doors, and entry doors. You see, Window World offers Solar Zone Sun Shield glass, the most heat-resistant glass available. This keeps your home cooler and more comfortable all summer long. And because it's Window World, you know it's affordable. See for yourself why nearly half of all new Window World customers come from very happy referrals. Get all the details at windowworldphoenix.com. Window World, simply the best for definitely less.
See Window World at the Maricopa County Home and Landscape Show, July 17th through 19th at State Farm Stadium with free parking. Info at mchomeshows.com.
Homeowners, if you're ready to move, found the perfect home, but can't buy until you sell, you're not alone. Hey, it's James T., and I'm here with my realtor, Carol Royce, your home sold guaranteed realty. Carol, you've solved this dilemma, right?
Yes, James. This is a big challenge homeowners face. I just helped a family here in the Valley who found a home they loved, but they were stuck in that exact situation. With our Buy Before You Sell program, I was able to unlock their equity up front, which allowed them to go out and buy their next home first with a strong, non-contingent offer. They got the home, moved in on their timeline, and then we sold their original home the right way and for top dollar.
That's huge. So they didn't have to rush selling first or risk losing their dream home?
Exactly. They bought with confidence and sold for the most money.
If you're thinking about moving, do what I did. Call Carol Royce or visit carolhasthebuyers.com. That's carolhasthebuyers.com and tell her James T. sent you.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
Argentina is looking to become the first repeat World Cup champion in over 60 years when they take on Spain in the final Sunday afternoon.
Argentina do it again, and they set it A with Spain Sunday in New Jersey.
Spain, meanwhile, has allowed just one goal in the tournament, and they've already set the record for the most shutouts in a single World Cup with 6 so far this summer.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game.
550 KFYI.
No algorithms needed.
Guaranteed human.
Yes, Garrett Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction. 550 KFYI in Phoenix, KNST AM 790 in Tucson on the free iHeartRadio app and on the awesome 550 KFYI YouTube channel. The countdown is on. I mean, I think we're all excited, and I hope President Trump does not let us down. I hope there's a lot of evidence in what he is going to present to us about the elections and voting and secure and this and that. And look, I mean, I had Justin Heap on the Maricopa County Recorder because this is a big deal, and I thought this was huge, and I wanted you to know it. The Maricopa County Board of Supervisors are a bunch of freaking corrupt crooks, man. Again, I'm with you. I get it. It needed to be known. This is why I had Justin in here. They are hiding all, in my mind, I don't know what's on the servers. They literally took all of the servers. This is amazing. The Maricopa County supervisors sent their minions to go get all of the servers out of the office of the recorder. They have all these pieces of equipment. And for some reason, this judge said either you give it back to Recorder Heap or you pay for new ones. And immediately they said, we'll pay for new ones. And when the judge said, okay, you know what? How much is it going to cost for all this? And Justin Heap said $15 million. You didn't hear the supervisors or their lawyers challenge that. They said, you got it. So, yes, look, I'm with you. I am with you 1,000%. If Justin Heap doesn't say fine and he says, no, I want the judge, and you can't blame Justin. The judge is the one that gave the option. Either you give him back the servers or you buy him new ones. And they didn't hesitate. If he sues, it's locked up for another couple of years. But I wanted you to know this. This, to me, shows how guilty and how corrupt the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors are. Whatever is on those servers that they are refusing to give back and instead taking $15 million of taxpayer money to buy him new ones. It's insane. They must have all the evidence on there. What else is on there? What emails are on there? What communications are on there regarding the 2020 election, the 2022, the 2024? You know, I don't think this is over. I personally don't think this is over. If I see President Trump making a national address about how our elections are not secure, they're not safe, these still exist. I would love to see the Department of Justice subpoena the servers. What are the supervisors going to do? Are they just going to destroy them? It's their property. We need to know, and they need to answer us. Where is Debbie Lesko? Hey, Debbie, why is it smart to spend $15 million of taxpayer money on new servers when you could simply return the old ones? What are you trying to hide? Thomas Galvin, Supervisor Galvin, same thing. Kate Brophy McGee, same thing. Mark Stewart, same thing. What are you trying to hide? This is what everyone wants to know. And that's why, you know what you have to do if you really want this solved? You have to call the supervisor's offices over and over and over again. And you could be nice at first. You could be stern. You could yell whatever the hell you want. And I've heard it's frustrating because I have the experience of the Pima County supervisors. And except for Steve Christie down there, they're a bunch of psychos. But people would go and they would get in the faces of these people and they would, you get call to the public. I've been told that Galvin and the crew, they walk out. They don't even want to hear what you have to say. They're not public servants. To me, they're a bunch of freaking crooks. That's what they are. They are a bunch of crooks.
Garrett and Justin, come on. They didn't get anything? This was a Trojan horse. They got all the evidence that they don't want to make public. Come on, you got to dig into this. Tom from Mesa.
Thanks, Tom. Listen, man, I'm giving it to you right now. When I said they didn't get anything, I meant they didn't get to control the stuff. But you know what? Maybe you're onto something, Tom. Maybe this whole plan was to somehow hope and pray the judge would say, just buy him new equipment and you get to keep the old stuff. I mean, this is incredible. They went and literally seized and stole, in my mind, the equipment out of the recorder's office, the servers. These are some bad people.
Garrett, Keith, and Peoria, congratulations, Justin's on finally winning everything there. We, the people of Maricopa, want to sue them and get that information. Yep. How do we become and be able to sue them to get the data, the information, the servers, so we can go through them, find out how much we've been lied to, how they've manipulated, stole everything, and hold them accountable for their failures.
I'm with you on that one, man. There needs to be a concerted effort for that. The talkbacks were just, there's so many.
Hey, Garrett, I couldn't believe that you weren't talking about Justin Heap yesterday. Now I know why.
Yep. He was one of the ones with the message.
I'll keep listening.
Oh, thanks.
Also, why is he only allowed to assist with the early voting? Trying to figure that out. Thank you, sir. You're doing a great job. Alan from Gilbert.
Thank you. He was so mad. He was one of the several people that, why are you not talking about this? Well, I got things going on. Arizona law says the recorder is in charge of early voting, including mail-in. First 27 days. Arizona law says after that, it's up to the elections department. It's up to the board of supervisors in each county. That's how it is. That's why it is. I have more coming up on this, what Trump's going to do. It is crazy what these corrupt supervisors have done. I have more for you. It's coming up. Garrett Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction. Look, I want you to save as much money as you can. Lund Mortgage, for a very limited amount of time, is still doing free appraisals. You want to buy a home? Why wouldn't you just take advantage of this? Talk to Lund Mortgage. You could save on average about $700. Call them today. Get in there. Talk to Matt and Lisa, especially if you're like, I don't know, is this the right time for me to buy? If I'm a first-time buyer, what can I do? You know what's great about Matt and Lisa? They take the time to educate you. And they'll let you know what I've learned from Matt and Lisa at Lund Mortgage. The system is set up to help you so much. There are lower down payment options. They know about down payment assistance programs and tax advantages, but you have to get pre-qualified first. You want to buy that home? Do it. If you're paying rent, you're just excuse my French, pissing your money away. You're not building equity. Whatever your rent payment is, call Lund Mortgage and say, what kind of a home can I get for the same payment I'm paying for rent? I want the same mortgage payment. You may be shocked and surprised, but you never know until you call. And take advantage of that free appraisal. Go to Lund, L-U-N-D, lundmortgage.com. Lund Mortgage will pay for the appraisal on qualifying purchases that close with us. Restrictions may apply.
From the Bills Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
As we take a look at the 101, the Price Freeway, we have a couple of different problems. We have on the southbound side a crash near Rio Salado Parkway. It's right there at that Gore Point section. We have stop-and-go traffic backed up to Chaparral. And again, on the southbound side near University, this crash is off to the right. I'm Carol. If you have a traffic tip for me, let us know. 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by London Gold.
For 50 years, London Gold has helped Arizona celebrate life's special moments. From stunning diamonds to timeless gifts, find the perfect sparkle for every occasion at London Gold.
Mamdani 1, Clay, and Buck.
New York. Very heavily Jewish Upper West Side of Manhattan by a lot.
Tomorrow at 10.
New York City elected a mayor that hates them.
Yeah. News Talk 550 KFYI. Set a preset on the iHeartRadio app.
Attention Phoenix. If you're tired of the heat, traffic, and overcrowding, listen up. Announcing the sale of Prescott Creek Ranch just outside Prescott, Arizona, Saturday, July 25th. 36-acre ranches, just $199.9. This is a high elevation acreage with breathtaking 360-degree mountain views, beautiful native vegetation, and captivating topography. This small ranch has been broken into 36-acre mini ranches just outside sought-after Prescott, Arizona, and are priced to sell quickly. Learn more, take a video tour at 800theland.com or call 800-THE-LAND. Don't miss out. 36 acres, $199.9. Beautiful land, lush native vegetation, ideal location, high elevation, cooler summers, convenient to Prescott. Price to sell in a single day, Saturday, July 25th. Call or click 800-THE-LAND. That's 800-THE-LAND, 800theland.com.
No! USA is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
If you haven't switched to Pure Talk because you're not sure their coverage is every bit as reliable as Big Wireless, why not take them for a test drive? For a limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited data plan. No contracts, no commitments. Just a great deal on a high-speed network with unlimited data from an American wireless company. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports brought you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026. Including the final. Hear it live and for free.
First career World Cup hat trick.
Just download the free iHeartRadio app now.
Got pests? Call Blue Sky Pest Control. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, pests.
I'm Daniel Keenan, and I've built over 100 single-family houses and other structures here in the East Valley. My favorite part of the job is giving the keys to the families that will turn these houses into homes. But that's becoming out of reach, thanks to international corporations buying up homes and turning young American families into renters. I'm Daniel Keenan, and I approve this message because I'll join President Trump's fight to ban corporations buying single-family homes so we can make American families homeowners again.
Paid for by Daniel Keenan for Congress.
If you're a fan of having zero access to your equity, paying 2 to 3 times more for your house, and being trapped in 3 decades of debt, then you probably love your traditional mortgage. But hey, at least the rate's fixed. If you think that sounds insane, then you should check out a Life Changer loan, where you pay principal first, keep 24/7 access to your equity, and pay off in just a few short years. It's not magic. It's just math. So visit lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
The first thing I would say is stop painting and you get Rhino Shield because you're never going to have to paint again. And I truly believe that.
Phoenix, the last thing you want to do in the summer is paint, so do what Scott did. He called Rhino Shield.
This house is a stucco home. We have painted this house 3 times. Stucco continued to crack. The caulking peeled.
You won't get that with Rhino Shield because it's not paint.
I told my wife that I want to see what it's going to cost to do it, because if we don't have to paint again, we're saving money.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating. It's formulated for our specific climate right here in Phoenix.
The Rhino Shield guys, they were careful with everything. When they were done, there was no damage to anything. It was something I was very impressed with.
Good news, Phoenix. You can get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield right now for 10% off the regular price.
And I think the transferable warranty for 25 years is a very attractive thing, especially for a prospective buyer in the future.
Here's owner Jim Williams.
This offer is limited, so call me at 855-4U-RHINO. That's 855-4, the letter U, Rhino.
Go Rhino!
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Showers are likely tonight with a flood watch in effect. The overnight low 77. Showers and thunderstorms possible tomorrow, high 94. And a chance of storms again tomorrow night, low 82. I'm Brad Siegel, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of the rivalry and unlikely friendship between Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
This summer on iHeartRadio, win a trip to see Bryan Adams roll with the Punches Tour, live in Milwaukee, August 16th.
Hey, this is Bryan Adams inviting you to come and see me live in concert.
Round trip air for 2 with hotel and more. Prize provided by Bryan Adams.
It's VIP with Q&A, an autographed album, merch, and all that good stuff.
Tap the contest tab while you're listening to us on the free iHeartRadio app for your chance to win.
So roll with the punches on the iHeartRadio app to enter.
Talk back on the iHeartRadio app.
I use this feature all the time. Love it.
Click the red microphone, record, send, listen. 550 KFYI.
Garrett Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction. 550 KFYI in Phoenix, KNST, AM 790 in Tucson on the free iHeartRadio app. Listen, the first segment of the show in the 4 o'clock hour, first hour, go back and listen on demand if you like. Again, I went into it about Ruben Gallego in the New York Post bombshell story. Ruben Gallego, who apparently is being 3 sources confirmed to the New York Post that he had sex with 3 staffers. Now, again, when his wife was pregnant, Kate Gallego, he was already, it looks like, shacking up with his new wife. So what would make you think that he wouldn't fool around again? 3 sources confirmed to the New York Post that he had sex with at least 2 staffers, not his own, but other house staffers from Texas. So creepy Ruben doing that stuff. He's got a pregnant wife. He leaves her when she's basically in labor, then shacks up with a lobbyist who he is now married. But The guy is just a creeper. He is just a flat-out creeper. And I talked about that whole story. It was pretty incredible. We are just a couple of minutes away. We're going to have Fox News take over, Fox News Radio, the coverage right here about President Trump. And this apparently going to be something huge regarding election integrity. As a matter of fact, let me get this to you. I just put this on my X at Garrett Lewis. NBC and ABC, by the way, are not taking this because I think they're scared. I hope to God I'll be disappointed if President Trump doesn't drop the hammer, name names, receipts, all this stuff. Senator Bernie Moreno of Ohio tweeted out, I was just briefed by the White House on what to expect this evening. I would encourage every American to tune in tonight to the president's speech. This may be the most important Oval Office address since the Cuban Missile Crisis. The time for complacency with China is over. Wow. Look, if you think 81 million people voted for Joe Biden in 2020, you have a hole in your head and your brain is already leaked out. There's zero chance that happened. More people voted for Biden than Obama. And remember, he campaigned from his basement. He was half brain dead back then. So this is this big, and then you have NBC and ABC saying we're not going to carry it. We're going to carry it. And when President Trump is done, we're going to talk about it. Follow me on social media at Garrett Lewis, especially on Twitter, because I'm definitely going to tweet about it as well. Don't go anywhere. We may hear something historic. I hope we do. It's coming up next here on the Afternoon Addiction.
Living in the desert, SRP customers have some great questions, like, can I lower my electric bill? The answer is absolutely. A great place to start is making sure you're on a price plan that works best for you. We also have programs to help you use less energy and save money. Plus, as a not-for-profit, SRP already keeps rates as low as possible. SRP, delivering water, power, and answers since 1903. Find ways to save at srp.net.
CEOs You Should Know gives you an opportunity to learn from some of the top business executives across Arizona and the country. Hi, it's Rich Barra. Come and join me by searching CEOs You Should Know Phoenix on your free iHeartRadio app.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
This is Logan from Cover Your Assets with Logan and Dawn. Worried about running out of money in retirement? You don't have to be. Schedule your free income plan today at sunvalleywealth.com.
Cover Your Assets with Logan and Dawn, Saturday mornings at 10 on News Talk 550 KFYI.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Republic Monetary Exchange Studio, this is KFYI Phoenix, KYOT HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station guaranteed human. Breaking news coverage from Fox News Radio.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Jessica Rosenthal. Earlier this week, President Trump sent out a Truth Social post announcing a plan to address the nation tonight from the White House. This, of course, prompted speculation regarding the topic, and he's clarified throughout the week, including Tuesday during a White House meeting with Iraq's prime minister, that he will be announcing really big news, as he put it, that what he plans to talk about doesn't get any bigger because without free and fair elections, you don't have a country. The speech was a hot topic at the White House briefing today with White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. Fox News Radio's Jared Halpern was at that briefing. Jared?
Yeah, Caroline Leavitt would not offer specifics other than to say the president's message is about protecting the integrity of elections.
It will shock you if you have an honest eye listening to the president tonight, and everything he is saying will be backed by facts and by evidence.
Democrats warn President Trump is setting the stage to sow doubt in the results of the upcoming midterms. It is an accusation Levitt dismissed, instead urging all Americans to listen first to the speech. Jess.
We know the goal of the president has been to get the Save America Act passed. In fact, he has pushed off signing legislation and tried to delay a confirmation hearing over the act's passage. If this act became law, it would require proof of citizenship in order to register to vote. The president has repeatedly. Let's go now to the president in the East Room at the White House.
Before we begin, I'm proud to report that our country is safer, stronger, and far wealthier than it has ever been before. We are doing great. Less than 2 years ago, we inherited an economic and social disaster. After the worst inflation in 48 years, the wide open borders with millions and millions of people pouring in from all over the world, including criminals of all types, and 11,888 murders, many of whom killed more than one person. We had transgender for everybody, men and women's sports, crime ravaging our cities, and the whole world was laughing at us as a nation, but not anymore. 2 years ago, our country was dead. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. America is respected like we have never been respected before. We have more money being invested in the United States than at any time in the history of our country. More Americans are working today than ever before. This week it was announced that inflation saw the largest monthly decline in more than 6 years. Just happened. It was just given out. The media reported it, and we accept it. The best in 6 years. The tax cuts in our great, big, beautiful bill are saving hardworking families thousands and thousands of dollars, like with the provisions, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, along with the interest deduction on a loan used to purchase a car, but only if that car is made in America, and a 100% expensing for our job creating businesses. Our stock markets are at their highest point in many years, but we can actually say of all time. And your 401ks, pensions, and retirement accounts are setting records every single day, the highest in history. For years, we paid the highest price for prescription drugs anywhere in the world. Now we pay the lowest price under my most favored nation's policy, because I was able to get the rest of the world and the pharmaceutical companies to act responsibly. Drug prices are coming down by 70, 80, and 90%. TrumpRx.gov, this will ultimately reduce the cost of health care. You have to go to TrumpRx.gov and take advantage of it. But the cost of health care is coming way down because of what we've done with prescription drugs. And with Trump accounts, every child in America now has access to a tax-free investment account to save for their future. Billions and billions of dollars are being invested, put in by companies and individuals to take care of our children so that at age 18, they will have potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in their account, and they'll get off to a great start in life. So for that, go to TrumpAccounts.gov and sign up your child or any child who'd like to sign up. Our previously wide open borders have been transformed into the most secure borders in the history of our country, with 0 illegal aliens being admitted to the United States in the past 14 months. That is 0. Nobody thought it was possible. We had the worst border in the history of our country, and now we have the best. Crime is plummeting nationwide, with the murder rate at its lowest level since 1900, or more than 125 years ago. We're making a record investment in our armed forces, and we have the strongest and most powerful military by far anywhere in the world. I built it during my first term, and unfortunately, we're forced to use it now. We won in Venezuela, which is now working with us to produce millions and millions of barrels of oil. We are likewise winning big in Iran, and you will see the fruits of that labor very, very shortly. America is back and doing really well, but we still have a major challenge that must be urgently addressed because no country can be great without fair and honest elections. You have to trust your country because if there can be no trust, there can be no greatness. And that's very simple. No trust, no greatness. For many years, I've called for bold, swift, and decisive action to protect the integrity of America's elections. Every American deserves to know that when they cast their vote, that vote will be counted accurately in a system, and that is to make that system secure, one where cheating and interference are not just difficult, but virtually impossible. Unfortunately, the system we have today falls catastrophically short of that standard. Tonight, I'm announcing the immediate declassification and release of critical intelligence revealing shocking vulnerabilities in our election infrastructure. This evidence shows that the election system we have dangerously exposes and really exposes like levels never thought possible to hacking, exploitation, and foreign interference. Just as disturbingly, this vital information has for many years been covered up and hidden from you, the American people, our beautiful, our great American people. But that all changes right now. The documents we will release starting tonight have been gathered by the White House Government Transparency Task Force, a great group of people, along with the staff of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board, supported by our top intelligence agency chiefs, who have all personally reviewed the findings. We are presenting this evening and fully confirmed their authenticity. You can see these documents for yourself at whitehouse.gov. That's whitehouse.gov. Go check it out. Our purpose in disclosing this information is not to weaken confidence in election, but to earn that confidence by confronting vulnerabilities and correcting them very, very quickly. And that's what we're doing. The documents cover 5 major areas of concern. First, they show that over a period of years, starting during the 2020 election cycle, the People's Republic of China carried out what is believed to be the largest compromise of election data in history, resulting in China's illicit acquisition of 220 million U.S. voter files. That information includes names, addresses, phone numbers, political party preferences, and other sensitive data that would be needed to register to vote and engage in other nefarious activities, which is exactly what was happening. This data loss presents an unprecedented election security nightmare. The intelligence even shows that China has signed a data exploitation unit specifically to this new project. Compounding the travesty, the second set of documents we are releasing reveals that members of the deep state, very, very famous group of people, in many cases, in our intelligence agency work to actively suppress and downplay information about the extent of China's sinister election meddling, covering it up from both the president and the American people like nobody thought was possible. U.S. spy agencies began learning about the compromise of voter registration files in 2020 when they discovered that tens of millions of voter data, think of that, tens of millions of voters' data in 18 states have been bought, stolen, or hacked by China. Yet those responsible for sounding the alarm instead kept the information secret and hidden. they did not disclose to me as president or to anyone else, and to the best of our knowledge, they did not inform Congress. In fact, all they kept saying is, this is the most secure election in the history of our country. A standard, very pat line that was divvied out to say the cover-up of this colossal security breach is even more disturbing in light of the additional information showing that China engaged in other election-related activities to undermine my first administration and our 2020 campaign. They did not want, and they just didn't want it. They fought like hell not to have it, Donald Trump, to win, and for good reason. As the documents we are releasing show, CIA reporting explicitly stated, and I quote, in mid-2018, the Chinese Communist Party's policy was to leverage all domestic and foreign elements that were opposed to the U.S. president in an effort to reduce the U.S. president's votes and make him resign or prevent his re-election. Isn't that nice? Also, in mid-2018, China was working to influence the results of the U.S. midterm elections and later the results of the 2020 presidential election itself. Separately, in mid-2019, the Chinese government's strategy against the United States was focused on undermining domestic confidence in the U.S. president. They wanted to just make you sound like your president wasn't so hot, when actually your president has done a great job, and they did everything possible to do exactly that. Going on, this document says, and this is by the CIA, the strategy included efforts to use Chinese contacts with big U.S. companies to influence U.S. business leaders to turn against the President of the United States of America. The Chinese government sought to identify U.S. journalists who had reported negatively on the U.S. president and pay them large sums of money to write more negative articles about him, as many as they could, and they didn't care what they said. The Chinese government wanted U.S. president to lose the next election, and the reason they wanted me to lose is because they knew I was wise to them, charged them billions and billions of dollars worth of tariffs, and built the strongest military anywhere in the world. We have the strongest military anywhere in the world. These are exact quotes from the CIA reporting. The name of the person doing the quote is now under review, but it gets even worse. Raw intelligence obtained by the FBI in 2020, yet buried by rogue bureaucrats, stated that China's activities even included an attempt to manufacture illegal ballots for Joe Biden. Documents show that during this period, dozens of significant CIA and NSA reports about China's election targeting were kept out of the presidential briefing. These were briefings I would get almost every day. Everything was kept out that was of importance. One email among intelligence analysts admitted that they had, quote, deliberately massaged the presidential daily briefing to withhold information regarding Chinese activities related to the election. Another official inside the FBI wrote that she was running, quote, a shadow government, unquote, to keep intelligence about China's election meddling from becoming known and to keep it away from the honorable press. Other officials who witnessed such efforts perceived the motivations to be blatantly political. Recently, we found significant numbers of burn bags in formation, and this is a group of bags that were used to destroy information given by President Barack Hussein Obama to be burned. It was supposed to be burned. These bags were supposed to be at a different level by different people, incinerated and checked, but it never happened. Maybe we got lucky. We believe this was not done on purpose, but rather through gross incompetence of the people that was supposed to burn the bags. But the findings are stunning. Today, I'm asking the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the CIA to investigate how and why such crucial information was hidden to fire those involved in the cover-up, and to file criminal charges, if appropriate, against these people. Yet concealing China's meddling was only the beginning. The third set of documents we are releasing proves that for many years, Americans were blatantly lied to about the security of our election infrastructure, including electronic voting machines and ballot counting systems. Dishonest, almost all. They're vulnerable and they're easily compromised, and people within our government knew that. Tonight, we're publishing a series of previously classified U.S. intelligence community assessments and other reports proving that our government has long known these machines are extremely exposed to attack. As one assessment states, we judge that the United States adversaries, including at a minimum Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, as well as non-state groups, have the capability to compromise U.S. election infrastructure. That's unquote, but that's some statement, isn't it? Made by supposedly great patriots of our country. The document goes on to further state that, quote, we assess that centralized election-related data repositories, such as voter registration databases, poll books, and other official election websites, are most vulnerable to exploitation, and adversaries could use this access to these systems to disrupt election processes within the United States of America. Tonight, we're releasing all of those findings, and spanning from January 2020 to June 2026. This is a cyber threat aimed at the very heart of our democracy. Many people have questioned whether it could actually be possible to electronically manipulate vote totals or change election results on these terrible machines. Today, we are releasing documents that show the CIA obtained reporting of a specific plot to do a big number in favor of the corrupt Maduro regime in Venezuela. And that's exactly what happened, conspiring to digitally rig their own country's elections in 2020, and that's what they did. This reporting included precise details about methods to regime develop to digitally alter vote totals in ways that could not be detected even with an audit, no matter how deep they went. This intelligence underscores why we must take urgent action to ensure that our own system can never, ever be hacked or compromised like it was in the past. The fourth set of documents reveals that even when significant evidence of fraud has been detected, it has been buried and covered up. Among the disclosures tonight are FBI files detailing evidence of alleged fraud by a large-scale voter registration operation in Michigan. In 2020, Michigan State Police raided a Democrat Get Out the Vote organization, corrupt group in Muskegon. And we're so concerned by what they found. They were just so concerned. They couldn't believe it, actually, that they contacted the FBI in Detroit. The documents state that some canvassers admitted to FBI agents that they signed voter registration forms in other people's names, submitted fraudulent registration for people who did not exist, and received gift cards tied to their number of applications that they produced. In other words, it was pay, play, and cheat. The FBI agents working on the case believe that crimes were committed, yet the Biden Department of Justice slow-walked the investigation and killed it. Tonight, I'm asking the FBI director to ensure that the matter is fully investigated and to work with the Department of Justice to prosecute those responsible for any crimes. Finally, to reveal just how vulnerable our elections continue to be, we are releasing the results of a stunning investigation by the Department of Homeland Security. According to the DHS review, state voter rolls and public records, they identified approximately 278,000 non-citizens who are registered to vote in federal elections. Since Democrat states refuse to share their voter files, the real number is actually much higher than that. Yet, even this limited analysis found more than 250,000 foreigners illegally registered to vote. Put together, these disclosures reveal an election system so broken and so vulnerable that no one can possibly defend it. It is not defensible. Hundreds of millions of U.S. voter files are in the hands of foreign governments. Our machines and ballot counting systems are exposed to hacking and manipulation and corruption. China and other countries have been trying to meddle in our elections. Evidence of fraud has been buried. Hundreds of thousands of non-citizens and dead people are listed and active on the voter rolls, and yet we still have elections with no voter ID, no proof of citizenship, and tens of millions of ballots floating aimlessly through the mail. As one example of the insanity, California's recent election for mayor of L.A. and governor was held on June 2nd, a long time ago, but it was just completed a few days ago on July 10th. Think of that, much more than 1 month. Took a month to count the votes. I wonder what they were doing. This is worse than any third world country. There's no third world country that has elections like we have. In a rare move, NBC and ABC Fake News have both said that they would not cover this speech. They knew what it was about because of the fact that they don't like the topic, because they know how corrupt our system is and they don't want to reveal it. They and others in the media are part of a plot. They want to continue this fraud for whatever reason. They want to keep it going. They want to protect the radical left. They can't have a great country, and that's true. You can't have a great country without free and fair elections. Fraud like this should mean a revocation of their licenses. They use our public multi-billion-dollar in value airways for absolutely no money. They pay nothing. All we want is honesty in our elections and honesty in reporting. They pay nothing for multi-billion-dollar assets. Great damage has been done to our country. Our elections were left vulnerable to being rigged and stolen, and the trust of the American people was lost. This cannot be allowed to continue. Every American, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, or otherwise, should be able to agree that we deserve the most secure, honest, and fair election system anywhere in the world. Secure elections should be a partisan, we should be together, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, everybody, and it should not be a partisan issue. It should cause to unite us, not to divide us. This should be a cause. We should be united, not divided. In light of the brand new and irrefutable information I have revealed tonight, my administration is in the process of notifying the states whose election data was compromised by the People's Republic of China and many others. We will be working closely to mitigate any harm, and we're taking swift action to ensure that sensitive voter data is better protected so we can never be bought, we can never be hacked, and we can never watch a stolen election again. Tomorrow, the Secretary of Homeland Security will hold a briefing to outline his department's recent work confirming cyber vulnerabilities in our electronic voting systems. They are bad. We're in the process of informing governors, senators, and members of Congress of potential issues in their states. If you look at voting today, it's in such bad shape in so many states, and we are committing to fix it. And we're also committing to be working with those states and local jurisdictions to help them fix and patch known technical vulnerabilities before the midterm elections. We have very important elections coming up. We want those elections to be honest. I've also ordered DHS to notify every state about non-citizens on their voter rolls and direct them to remove all ineligible voters from the lists immediately. But most importantly, addressing this crisis of election security demands that Congress must pass the Save America Act. How easy is that to do unless you want to cheat? The only reason you wouldn't do it is you want to cheat because your policies are so bad and your candidates are so pathetic that you can't get away or can't get elected any other way. This landmark bill requires that all voters must show photo voter ID. How simple is that? Could I have your photo, please? Photo voter ID. All voters must provide proof of citizenship. Are you a citizen of our country, please? And hopefully there will be no corrupt mail-in ballots, which if you watched California and so many other places, mail-in ballots are inherently corrupt. So you would have no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military deployment, or travel if you're going away on business or vacation. These reforms are urgently needed to stop the vulnerabilities that I've mentioned. To all Americans, I ask you to pick up your phone tomorrow, call your representatives in the House and Senate, and demand that they pass the Save America Act without delay. Together, we will restore faith and confidence in our country, and we will be bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. Thank you. God bless you. God bless our great military. And God bless America. Thank you very much.
All right. That was the President Donald Trump. And there were a lot of bombshells that were put in there. I'm going to go over some of it. China got their hands on 220 million pieces of voter data. I mean, this is big stuff. This is very big stuff. You can hit me up on the iHeart Radio app on the Talkback. Let me know what you think. Do you think what he did is going to have an impact? I could tell you on CNN they carried a couple of minutes of it and that was it. And they're already trying to say that he is just making these things up. And I don't get it. I mean, the deep state, an intelligence community member talking about running a shadow government to stop President Trump from getting the information that China was trying to influence the election to favor Joe Biden. This is all really big stuff. Will it be enough? It's a big system. It's not like it's, hey, Bob Smith did this. I'll get to it all coming up. Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction.
A group of Democratic senators is sponsoring a bill to end the federal ban on marijuana. The Cannabis Administration and Opportunity Act would remove cannabis from the list of federal controlled substances and allow states to create their own laws. The bill is being led by Senators Cory Booker, Ron Wyden, and Chuck Schumer. The CDC is reportedly investigating what could be the potential source behind that multi-state outbreak of a nasty intestinal illness. The Washington Post reports health officials are investigating shredded iceberg lettuce supplied to Taco Bell by Taylor Farms as a possible source. Arizona has reported 19 cases. The U.S. has launched its sixth day of strikes in Iran. According to U.S. Central Command, the strikes started around 2 o'clock Eastern this afternoon. They were meant to further degrade Iranian military capabilities. It comes after the White House said earlier that talks are continuing between the U.S. and Iran. Heavy rain is in the forecast over the next few days in the valley, and because of those forecasted monsoon storms, the city of Phoenix now has sand available for residents to use in sandbags. Large bins filled with sand can now be found at 9 locations across the city. Now, a check on traffic.
Lovebird Lowdown with Tom and Tawny.
You know, flying's overrated.
Bold statement for a bird.
Constant flapping, wind in your face. Much rather be in a Toyota.
Hey, you're right. Smooth ride, comfortable, quiet.
Just cruising along.
20 people dream of flying.
Give it a week.
Bird brains.
Right now, get 5.99% financing for 60 months on our most popular models, including Camry, Corolla, RAV4, and 4Runner. Or get low 3.99% financing for up to 60 months on Tacoma. With great deals like these, now's the perfect time to visit your Valley Toyota dealer or valleytoyotadealers.com. Toyota, let's go places. 5.99% with 1933 per thousand borrowed for 60 months. 3.99% with 1841 per thousand borrowed for 60 months. Offers end 8/3/26 and exclude TRD Pro and Trail Hunter models. See dealer for details.
Scorpions don't hate you. Ain't got the brains for hate. What they got is a tail full of bad intentions. Been living in this desert since the dirt was new. Think they got squatters' rights to your laundry basket.
Nate here, owner of Blue Sky Pest Control. Scorpions may have squatters' rights to the desert, but not to your property. Call 602 Blue Sky today. Real pest science, real protection. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, Scorpions.
Hey, James C. Harris here. If you wear glasses or contacts, but now you are suddenly relying on readers just to see something an arm's length away, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've watched people go on full-blown reader scavenger hunts, checking the car, checking the couch, checking the pockets, checking the dog, and those readers still end up hiding in one place nobody looked. It's funny until it's not. That's why so many folks are turning to refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision. RLE is the permanent solution, and here's the cherry on top. After K2 Vision RLE, you will never get a cataract. The procedure is quick, painless, and most people are seeing clearly with no glasses, no contacts, no readers the very next day. The doctors at K2 Vision have performed more than 150,000 lens procedures, and they will tell you if RLE is right for you. Schedule your free Zoom consultation today at K2VisionRLE.com. No readers, no glasses, no contacts, no cataracts. Be sure to tell them James T sent you.
Garrett Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction. 550 KFYI in Phoenix, KNST AM 790 in Tucson, on the free iHeartRadio app, all that stuff. And on the 550 KFY YouTube channel. Okay, so there was a lot. Right? Look, President Trump, he gave that. It's a lot of information. It's like me talking about numbers on the radio. It's a lot, but I think you need to go over it again, which is sad. It's like you have one chance to really get in on it, and he basically said China helped steal the election, right? And think of how the Bidens were in bed with China. I mean, you have the Chinese virus that was released in 2020. They were getting smoked by President Trump. And they wanted to impede our elections, impact them, influence them. Again, this is not like you're going to have yet President Trump say, Bob Smith did this. They are releasing all of the documents on the White House website. Okay? But there are names there. There are names. Just the News got their hands on some information already, and this is just coming out. What President Trump said about, and there's a lot that he said, about an intelligence community, an FBI employee, saying, I'm running a shadow government across the FBI to shield President Trump, to shield him from knowing what China was doing. They have the name. It is released. He's declassifying all of this stuff. Just the News reviewed this. Nikki, Nikki, Nikki Flores, then Deputy Assistant Director of the FBI's Counterintelligence Division, in a text message that was declassified by President Trump, wrote, quote, I'm basically running a shadow government across the FBI at this point. Nikki Flores was one of the key FBI officials who on September 25th, 2020, weeks before the election, was at the forefront of the FBI's effort to recall and suppress an intelligence information report, an IIR, that contained information from an FBI confidential source alleging that the Chinese government was producing fake driver's licenses for fraudulent mail-in votes in support of Joe Biden. The FBI... They name her name. I hope they lock this broad up tomorrow. I hope they arrest her, perp walk her, lock her up. The FBI turned over evidence of the alleged plot to Congress in June of last year. Senator Chuck Grassley, Republican, released some of the emails revealing Flores' role in suppressing the intelligence report. The FBI appeared, based on the emails, afraid it would undercut then FBI Director Christopher Wray's assurances to Congress that foreign meddling did not pose a threat to the presidential race. You want another name? There's a name. Did he know about this? I would bet you he did. But what does he do? He gets up and he lies under oath to Congress and says, foreign meddling's not a threat. No. Yet the FBI was trying actively to hide, and they were actively hiding this investigation. The intervention to recall the intelligence report does not appear to be an isolated incident. In the weeks after the November 2020 election, a senior analyst in the intelligence community admitted that the presidential daily brief was being tailored to avoid mentioning election-related issues. So they purposely did not want to tell the commander-in-chief, the president of the United States, the information they had, the intelligence they had. Quote, we have deliberately massaged our one pending PDB, presidential daily brief, to avoid any direct links to the election. A strategic intelligence analyst specializing in China, whose name has been redacted, wrote to colleagues in late November 2020. Can we unredact that and arrest this person, please? Officials at the National Intelligence Council were boggled by this, according to email communications that were declassified. The director of election threat analysis at the National Intelligence Council wrote small update from NSA below. Their presidential daily briefing is not going to tie to the election. The mind boggles. The mind boggles. These communications were contained in a batch of more than 800 pages of documents. President Trump declassified and released to the public tonight. Now let's go to this is all China, right? China wanted to take us down. This is what China was trying. China, they were in bed with the Biden regime. By 2023, memos show Beijing obtained more than 220 million voter records in the United States. More than 220 million voter records? Is that all of them? 330 million people in the country. Not everybody's over 18 to vote. And the crazy thing is, just the news reported in the past that the intelligence community knew China gained access to our voter registration data since 2020, but the intelligence community kept that secret until tonight. Americans had no idea how many voter files China obtained. An overlooked memo declassified by the Biden regime in 2022, which was 2 years after it was written, mentioned this. A redacted named Chinese intelligence officials analyzed multiple U.S. states' election voter registration data. They redacted. There's too much in here. But the National Intelligence Council memo was titled Cyber Operations Enabling Expansive Authoritarianism. What? Intelligence community officials believed analysts worked to conceal evidence of the Chi-Com efforts because they opposed President Trump's policies. That's what it is. This is some big stuff, some really big stuff, and I'm getting a lot of reaction. There's a lot of it.
China and the Biden administration would explain why Biden did nothing about the Chinese spy balloon that went over the country. It was probably part of their deal, part of their payback for getting him his win.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're onto something there. Yep. And what Trump is saying, and this is, our systems can get hacked. It's that simple. there's ways to get around it. You vote in person. Can't make that up. That's why Democrats are against it. You go through the system that proves you're a citizen of the United States when you register to vote. Whether you turn 18 and do it, first time you vote, you're 30, or you move to a new county, you go through, it's okay. Why is that bad? And if it shows that you can't vote, they call you and go, hey, what's going on here? We want to make sure this isn't a mistake. It's that simple. It's that simple. Okay?
Hey, Gary, it's Alex in Surprise. As much as I love that speech, we definitely need people walking in handcuffs.
I agree.
We need prosecutions, and we need people to spend time in jail for this.
I agree.
We definitely have work cut out for us, or at least the administration, but it has to be done. Great job, man. Love the YouTube.
Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I mean, he broke down in different areas. Now, are people going to go and read all this stuff? We're going to have to rely on going on and just getting bits and pieces and sharing it. And the spin has already started because, again, 2 networks wouldn't cover this. I mean, maybe the third, I didn't watch it. CNN didn't cover it. They dipped in for a couple of minutes and that was it. And they're already saying, well, you know, they're trying to make it like it's not as bad. CNN, I was watching and I was reading what they were saying because I had the captions on. I'm doing a radio show. And CNN's spin is, well, they might have influenced, but we don't know what the impact is. You can influence, but was it successful? I mean, they're going, these were bots. It's not bots. China literally had 220 million U.S. voter files. And our intelligence community did not tell President Trump, hey, by the way, the election that you just lost, that looked really shady, you were ahead, and all of a sudden they stopped counting, and all of a sudden you were losing. China, we know that they got 220 million American voter files. They didn't tell the president that because they wanted him out. They wanted him out. By the way, I would love to be a fly on the wall and hear the next conversation between President Trump and Xi, who oversees China. There was a set of documents President Trump said he declassified that the intelligence community had assessed that foreign adversaries had the ability to compromise American election infrastructure. So I had the guy on months ago who talked about how Venezuela, it was all about Smartmatic, and they spread that around to everybody. And I mean, they would have stolen the election here in America had not patriots gotten together and taken the hackers out before the hackers had the chance. That's one of the reasons Trump won in 2024. It's scary. He never named Venezuela, and Venezuela was the start of it. And like the story, and I mentioned it earlier, and I said, yeah, this has got to be planted for a reason. About 278,000 non-citizens have been found on voter rolls in only 4 states. And there are a ton of blue states that are not turning over any data. So it can be cross-referenced to find out, man, you have people on the voter rolls that are not actually eligible to vote. They're not citizens. Maybe not here illegally, but they are not citizens. Non-citizens could mean an illegal and somebody that's just here as a legal permanent resident, you name it. That's only 4 states. Now the pressure should be on all these Republicans to get on John Thune and all these losers and say enough is enough. You know what? You could talk about the issues. I really think, and I'm hoping, man, do you think it's this way? That people are frustrated because the economy is not what they want it to be yet, but they're smart and they understand. And even though gas prices are not what they were good, they were in the 2s for a while. We know why they're not now. It's not economic policy. But do you think that there are enough voters that see it, understand it, and would vote Republican anyway, knowing that there's light at the end of the tunnel? Because you could say, got to concentrate only on affordability. If elections are free and fair, do you think people would understand what's going on, know it's better than it was under the Democrats, and keep voting for Republicans to control the House and the Senate. That's the big thing. I have more of your talkbacks coming up as well, and there's more that I want to talk about in these files that were released. I have it for you coming up. Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction.
Everyone's talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation. Like your neighbor Brett.
We did Galaxy for the sidewalks and also the porch. The porch had a few pits. Galaxy said that was no problem.
Home or business, Galaxy Concrete Coatings got you covered.
Obviously with the front sidewalk and step, but we didn't worry about any kind of slipping. You know, you're concerned about that after rain. And then when it did dry, it didn't spot, it didn't stain. It was just like it had been done yesterday.
Lots of styles to choose from, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
One thing that my wife commented on was how easy the Galaxy coating swept versus just the bare concrete.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com now. That's Galaxy Concrete Coatings. And remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We're out of this world.
We moved here recently. I didn't even think twice about calling anyone else but Galaxy to come do this house.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
Car stalled out tonight on the Superstition, westbound 60, Dobson off-ramp off-right. Accident, southbound Loop 101, approaching the Rio Salado Parkway off-right in the Gore Point. You'll find a collision westbound Loop 101, just past the 51, sitting off-right. Accident, northbound 17 near McDowell. Have a traffic tip? Give us a call, 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. It's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free, so you can drive with peace of mind. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Glenn Beck. You know we've been fighting every single day. We push back against the lies, the censorship, the nonsense of the mainstream media.
Tonight at 7, make 550 KFYI a preset on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Decades of saving, and now you're just supposed to hope the market holds up? There's a reason smart retirement investors are moving part of their IRA and 401k into physical gold and silver right now. Gold has hit record highs. The dollar is weakening, and unlike stocks, you can hold real gold in your hand. Golden Crest Metals makes it simple. A nationally recognized firm seen on Fox Business and CNBC with an A- BBB rating and 5-star reviews. Golden Crest can help you add physical gold and silver to your retirement account tax and penalty free. And right now, receive up to $25,000 in free silver with a qualifying purchase. Call 888-447-7857 now to speak with a gold specialist and request your free precious metals guide. That's 888-447-7857. Again, 888-447-7857. That's 888-447-7857. Golden Crest Metals is not a financial advisor. Precious metals involve risk and are not suitable for all investors. Free silver offer consists of a 10% bonus and silver applied to qualifying purchases of premium minted coins. Minimum purchase $10,000 required. Bonus silver capped to $25,000 and credit is in addition to customer account. Free IRA storage subject to qualifying purchase tiers. See goldencrestmetals.com for full terms and conditions.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports brought you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Extraordinary!
Including the final. Hear it live and for free.
First career World Cup hat trick!
Just download the free iHeartRadio app now.
One stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Fox One.
LeBron James said today that his free agent decision will come soon, adding he needs to weigh both the basketball and personal circumstances around whichever team he chooses. The NBA looking into possible salary cap circumvention regarding Gary Trent Jr. and the $64 million extension he got from the Bucks. Jackson Subaru has a one-shot lead after round one of the Open Championship at Royal Birkdale. I'm Frank Garrity.
The excitement of the FIFA World Cup is now streaming live on Fox One, the official English streaming platform to catch every unforgettable moment. Fox One brings the action straight to your screen, so you never miss a goal. Download Fox One and experience the FIFA World Cup live.
It looks amazing. It looks like a Teflon coating on there.
We're very excited that we don't ever have to paint again.
Phoenix, if you don't want to spend your summers painting, then do what your neighbors did. They called Rhino Shield.
We chose it because of the fact that we saw a house that had done it, and I just went, that's something I'd like to have done to my house.
Rhino Shield is a ceramic coating formulated for our specific climate right here in Phoenix.
I would highly recommend Rhino Shield. You can't beat the 25-year transferable warranty, by the way.
Let me put it this way. I haven't had any complaints. And as the president of the association, that's the best part.
Right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price.
For anybody that's skeptical about putting Rhino Shield on your house, take a real close look at it. The warranty, 25 years, is something I just don't think you can beat.
Stop wasting your summers on painting. Here's owner Jim Williams.
This offer is limited, so call me at 855-4U-RHINO. That's 855-4, the letter U, Rhino.
Go Rhino!
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
What started in your car now works on your phone with the new iHeartRadio app.
The new presets are fantastic.
Now I listen to 550 KFYI.
Gary Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction. 550 KFYI in Phoenix, KNST AM 790 in Tucson on the free iHeartRadio app. I have a ton of talkbacks. Certain ones I want to play right away and make my point. Like this. Listen to this one.
Garrett, Christian surprised. Well, I tell you what, it's nothing that he said today that I didn't think I knew. I don't know all the exact details, but I know how bad things were.
But
we all knew it. But, the media is the thing that's going to take it all down. Because I can hear tomorrow, Trump is still whining about the 2020 election. And if you think you're going to change one Democrat's mind and vote for the SAVE Act, I got a bridge in Brooklyn I'd like to sell you.
Okay, no, I understand. But here's the thing. You only need 50 votes. Got to get rid of the filibuster. On top of that, we knew it was stolen, but none of us knew how bad it was that the Chi-Coms stole 220 million American voter files. We didn't know that. We didn't know that the intelligence community knew China was interfering in the election, stealing American identities, printing out illegal driver's licenses, even printing out ballots to help Joe Biden. We didn't know. We thought, but we didn't know it. And we didn't know the intelligence community knew about this and specifically left out telling it to Donald Trump. They refused to tell it to him. So look, there's a lot here. And Kash Patel has his work cut out. Maybe they got ahead of this. It'd be cool if they did. This is a gigantic conspiracy. You needed major coordination between different intelligence agencies in the intelligence community, the NSA, the FBI, the CIA. They're the ones that work together to try to get information they deem is important the president must know. And they specifically left this out. I'm sure there were a decent amount of people, 10, 15, 20, 30 people to help pull this thing off. And I guarantee you, I did not hear the names Brennan, Clapper, Comey. But I guarantee you they had their own cabal of people. Not that big, but big enough to do it. Big enough to do it to where they got together to make sure they could actually, hide all this information. Information goes to someone else. There is a whistleblower who came out a couple years ago and said, I saw this and I came out at the time about what was going on in the election and I was reprimanded, threatened with my job, given new assignments. They did everything they could to try to take Trump down. It's the deep state. I mean, this is what it is. And I need to get up there and read all of this stuff. And I know it's going to start to come out. But I don't think this is nothing. We all get frustrated because we're like, man, we need to make sure that people pay the price for this. I agree. I want it to happen. I'm pissed that nobody has. I don't think we've been this close, though, either. I know we are not patient at all. It's a little bit frustrating in that way, and I know I have a lot more that I know you've shared with me for these talkbacks, but I'm just running out of time. China influenced the elections by stealing voter data, apparently printing ballots, making driver's licenses so people could register to vote. I'll bet you China has my name, my address, my party affiliation. I bet they have yours as well. We have members, the deep state. They are part of the intelligence community. Like I said, they coordinated together to hide information about China impacting and affecting and stealing the election for Joe Biden. Again, if you think Joe Biden got 81 million votes, you're crazy. We have the documents. I massage the presidential daily briefing to make sure the president doesn't have this intelligence about how China has impacted our elections. And they know the person that did it. I told you the name earlier. This is all big stuff. The media is going to try to ignore it. They're going to not explain it, but then tell people, I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm not going to say it. If they were smart or if they were honest, they would tell you about it and say, there's nothing here. But they're not even telling you anything. And they're going to tell you there's nothing here. And they want people to believe it. We will see what happens. We'll talk more about it tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Richie. Talk to you tomorrow at 4. Bye.
All these topics you've been talking about, like
talking about
deporting people,
the stuff that matters.
I think that should be the number one thing they should do.
550 KFYI on iHeartRadio.
The Maricopa County Home and Landscape Show takes over State Farm Stadium this weekend only. Find inspiration for remodeling, landscaping, and design. Shop for houseplants, free craft and cooking workshops, including pasta making. Bring the family for live magic shows and kids activities too. Spin and win at the Pink Prize Tent. Plus, free reusable shopping totes and giveaways all weekend long. Don't miss it. This weekend only. Inside State Farm Stadium with free parking.
Fresh breath is just a few clicks away. Order Zellman's online today and save 15%. Visit